You can do it, Wonder Wheel. I don't want to go through life being a Wonder Wheel murderer.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the returning Collectible Past after a long number of weeks on the shelf as everybody was trying to get things together, including here at the Collective with a colossal mess. We are back in the saddle again, and we are joined by an awesome host, as always, a panelist. We got our co-host, Vinnie.
Hey everybody! Yeah, man, dude, I'm happy that we're back, and even happier that we got some awesome people on this panel. That's for sure.
Damn
yeah,
right.
dude.
We are also joined by one of our other co-hosts, returning from the grave, so to say. We got Slasher McSplitter with us.
Not yet.
Buddy,
not yet from the grave. Not yet from the grave. But, it's upcoming. It's just no. I'm just kidding. I'm just thanks guys. Thanks for
No, it is awesome.
I really appreciate and could use this after that freaking week I had last week. Jesus.
Oh man, absolutely.
Everybody had sent their best wishes to you, and we all still send you best wishes and for speedy recovery and everything else that follows. But it is what it is, right?
Yeah, if you hear any weird noises during the stream on my end, sorry, that's just my stoma acting up.
No worries, man. No worries. Speaking of strange noises, we are also joined by the dog man himself, Mr. Wiener, Adam Shawhan.
That's right, man. And we're going to have some fun tonight. Glad Slasher's okay in here with us. So, yeah, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just happy you're okay and that you agree that that'd be the best $3,000 to spend, right, for that huge flagship or on your tongue.
Yeah. That picture you sent me before, that was awesome.
Yep. Yeah, I shared it in the Horseman earlier as well. But I'm sorry, man. I'm like, if you're gonna blow $3,000, what a way to blow $3,000.
That was real.
I don't know. I found it on Facebook. Somebody posted it in one of the GI Joe groups, and all I know is if I had $3,000 to blow, I'd be blowing it on that or hookers and coke. I don't know.
I am not sure that one's real. It kind of looked like a fake AI plate tub thing, but you know what? For the GI Joe fans out there, it's fun to dream, but don't dream at HasLab prices because you will be butthurt at the very end of it. But there's a special reason to the season, and especially this show. But before we get to that, let's say hi to the awesome and beautiful people that are hanging in the chat right now. First one in the house is Chaos Hoy. Chaos, I hope that you're doing well, buddy. I know we talked earlier. Pigs are doing okay, and there will be an announcement as to one of the pigs right in the that you normally see in videos. So there is some news on that. Lurch also in the house. What's up, Lurch? Good to see you. Adam in the chat on the panel, double duties again, probably in multiple chats. Toy Mafia in the house. What's going on, Toy Mafia? Papa Cotton also in the house. What up, Papa? Good to see you. Good to see you. Godzillionaire also here hanging out with us tonight. What's up, Godzillionaire? Tina, Bad Take Bojan in the house. What is going on, Tina? I hope that you're doing well. Bone also in the house. What's up, Bone? Good to see you, my man, Curtis YZ. Wrench Slinger Extraordinaire in the house and his fellow compadre on the wrench skills, Soul Assassin, also in the house. We're not looking for no gay boy Soul Assassin, but they can be found on Twitter, usually in disguise. Them sons of bitches.
Ribbit.
Gurgle.
Frogs are gay.
Yeah. So the title to this show is End of an Era, and I will be kicking it off. And the video will explain why it is an end to the era. I'm going to be honest, as I got through the bulk of these videos today, for a very special boy at a collective. It almost brought me to tears. It's a sad moment for me, but you know what? It is what it is. So here we go. This is going to be broken into 3 clips, and as always, we're going to talk in between. And guys, in the chat, be sure to share the links out there and let everybody know we're here. For those of you watching on the different platforms, thanks for joining us. Be sure to share it out there and let everybody know we're having some fun talking about the collectibles that we love. So here we go with our first entry into this show. Guys, we are hanging out with Cliff Jumper, the master of the Transformers. Cliff Jumper is unfortunately moving into retirement, right, Cliff Jumper? Happy retirement. He has put in over 3+ years of service for the collective as far as Transformers-related videos concerned, but because of the recent health issues he had and just moving into a more relaxed state over here at the collective, Cliff Jumper will not be taking part of the toy videos anymore. Cliff Jumper thanks you all for watching, and he hopes that you enjoy this Transformer related video. Right, Cliff Jumper? Oh yeah, it's time to pig out, transform. Guys, with Cliff Jumper leading us in, even though he's not going to be sitting out here with us. Retirement is something, isn't it? Oh, we got another one here from Transformers. We've got Transformers Legacy Evolution, part of their Generation 2 universe. We got G2 universe. We've got Grimlock. This is probably one of the last ones that I was able to get before it completely ran out of funds to purchase anything else. And it always happens this way. Every time you run out of money, that's when the stores seem to be flooded with all kinds of really cool stuff. This guy is on the way out on all the shelves right now. A lot of this G2 Legacy Evolution stuff is disappearing for the United line of Transformers toys. But this one is looks pretty interesting. Once again, this is the same thing as the G2 Jazz, the G2 Mirage. These are unreleased G2 colors that Takara had planned for the G2 universe. I'll be putting a picture right up on the left-hand side of the screen so you can kind of see what the original concept art looked like. Once again, love when they dig through the concept art to come out with another figure, even though it's just a recolor. This mold was a fantastic mold, and I'm sure there's not going to be any problems. Right before we do get it out of the box, let's put them next to the 86 Grimlock that this one is based off. You can see the box is much larger. One of the things I already know is not going to be included in this G2 Universe one. There will be no wheelie in there. So let's see what he came with different, if they actually packaged anything extra with them, since the minifigure's not there.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Yeah, that was a lot to get through just in the opening salvo. And in case anybody missed it, this is beginning pretty much, this is almost like a party for Jumper 2. As Cliff Jumper is moving into retirement. And what's going on, Keely Chow, Kaosoy, thank you. Cliff Jumper appreciates that. I know Curtis also said something. Lurch said hail to him. He will be missed. The little toad nibbler, the toad destroyer. Cliff Jumper will still be seen in some of the pig videos as they're in the cages, but as far as being on the table and doing the toy videos, just a bit too much for him now at this point in his life. Yeah. He's really gotten up there in age, and it's time for him to just chill and relax and let Helmet take over, because Helmet's still a little bit younger.
How old is he?
But Cliff Jumper, he's over 4. So
wow.
And then what is that in guinea pig years? Like 70?
100 and something. I had looked it up before. Some ridiculous number.
Holy crap.
All hail Lord Helmet, the pig of pigs. Hail Lord Helmet.
Hail.
Thank you, Keely. Yeah, kind of, Bone. It's almost like G.I. Joe Tiger Force in a way, yeah. But before Tiger Force, this was a while ago. G2 had Takara had planned this for their G2, but it wound up just becoming unused artwork. So, I mean, I have a full book that's got all the different pictures from all the toys that were released, were supposed to be released, as far as the artwork of the Transformers is concerned. And this one was in there, so. But I don't know. What do you think about the opening salvo on that? Is it kind of got your interest peaked a little?
Yeah, it is kind of cool. I mean, just like the paint jobs alone and the packaging, how they change everything. And I did notice it is a much smaller packaging than the original
very
one.
small.
Yeah, which is that is. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. I was saying, yeah, for them to do that means that they're trying to package more things in the overall and the larger shipments that they put out. So I don't know. That's a good sign, I'd say. Considering I know that there's a lot of theft going on right now in stores, so they're shorting a lot of these things. But if they're making smaller packaging, they want more figures in the overall boxes.
Well, I have a story for that one that I had to clip out of this. It's going to be in the full video that I will eventually put up on my channel. So there was a certain Walmart that I go to that I've been finding a lot of these figures. When I went to the Walmart, I seen this damn thing and I was going to buy it at Walmart. So I grabbed it, took it. I've told you this story, but I don't think I told the people in the chat. I took it up to the front, not even thinking about it. Just grabbed the box, got it. I'm going up to the front, get up to the front, and I go to get ready to scan it. I was like, I shake it. I was like, this feels light. This feels light. I start shaking. I was like, there's no fucking figure in this. And I look at the top of the box, and I can see where somebody put mounds of fucking Scotch tape over the top after they had ripped the figure out. And a Walmart employee had just put it right back on the fucking shelf. So I took it over to the cashier lady at the fucking self-checkout, told her, look, this is an empty box. Did you already pay for it? No, thank God, because then I go through the problem of fucking returning a fucking empty box while I'm standing here in line. And she said, oh, okay, well, I'll make sure it's taken care of. A week later, I go back in the store and I go to look. Oh, look, they got another G2 Grimlock in. I pick it up. It's the exact same one with the tape on it. I threw that motherfucker on top of their toy shelves. A week later, I come back in. It's off the top of the toy shelf and right back onto the on again, where the fucking somebody could grab it. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I had my phone out and I was looking for a store associate to come by because I was going to ask him, "Why do you want to rip off consumers?" My channel wants to know. The people in my chat want to know why you want to rip people off, but nobody came by. I was like, "Shit." Another time, because I'm sure it's still fucking sitting there, fucking Walmart. You need to do better.
Yeah, awful. Like I said, next time maybe. Well, and again, yeah, you got to leave it where it is because if you do something bad to it, they might blame you later.
Yeah, that was the problem.
Say,
I wanted to set it on fire.
I know, just like crushing it a bit or putting your fist through it or stepping on it.
Hell, at this point, just open it up.
Right.
I mean, it's already missing the figure. What are you going to say? You put it in your pants or in your pocket? Be like, it was never in there to begin with, you dillweed.
Or bring a marker and just write on it. There is no figure inside.
No kidding. It's figureless.
It just breaks some post-it notes and just post-it note all over it. No figure.
Well, it would be funny to go back in there with it and be like, you realize for the last month I've turned this in how many times and you guys keep putting an empty thing on the shelf?
Right.
Like, no, this is unacceptable. I'm sorry. Do your job.
It is. And Souls has to know they have not caught me yet. They have tried, but they can't catch me. Yeah, the GPNN, Guinea Pig News Network, where there's a story, there's a nibble.
That's right.
I know Chaos Boy has been trolling Disney on X, and it has been glorious. Let's get into the second part of this Grimlock. I love what they did with this figure, and that's all I'm going to say for now. I'm going to let the video speak for itself. So here we go.
We now return to the Transformers.
Me, Grimlock, not nice dino. Me, fast brains.
Here we go with our G2 Universe Grimlock right out of the box. I know these colors are wild and crazy looking. Let's go ahead. We'll put him next to the original 86 and see how he looks next to him. And here we go with both of them side by side. Absolutely nothing has changed in these two other than the color changes. Everything that seems pretty sturdy about this bot, much like the 86 one did. So, I mean, that is a big plus. I really do hate when they reuse molds and you get the degradation in the molds and the molds feel the arms are sloppy or the legs are sloppy. This one doesn't seem to have it. So I'm really happy about that so far. So we're going to get out his one extra that he comes with, because he only does come with one, and we'll place it next to the 86 Grimlock with his extras.
Me, Grimlock, need new strategy.
Here we go with both Grimlocks in very similar poses. Pretty much he comes with the exact same blaster that the 86 one came with. The only difference is his twin stunner gun is black instead of gray. And of course, he doesn't come with the little wheelie figure can perch up on the top of Grimlock's shoulder. There are the ports still on this one, so you definitely could move the Willy over to it. But why didn't he at least come with, I don't know, an Energo sword or something? If you knew you weren't including the small character with him, at least include his damn sword. Just lazy in the part of Hasbro.
You go the wrong way. You fool, I say.
Me Grimlock fool?
Grimlock is a big, huge, blocky figure, so trying to get him down into a kneeling position, it does not work. You can kind of get him into almost like that Superman type of pose and shooting up. But yeah, full kneeling position, not happening.
Me Grimlock ready, but forgot which button.
You can, however, with all the articulation that's in this one, get him into a little bit of a running type pose. Is one of the things that I loved about the original mold. There is tons of articulation in it, and every one of these joints feel nice and tight and crisp, so it can actually hold the position. And there are a few spots in this where he does have ratcheting joints as well, which is always a welcome addition when you have a much larger figure.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Nice.
Why that Grimlock?
Yeah.
Why does he reminds me of the of Saved by the Bell? He looks like he would be he's dressed for Bayside High.
Yeah, those colors.
I know, right? He's got like the 80s splash colors. I'm sorry, Vinnie.
Yeah, no, I was saying that. Yeah, his colors are they're not my cup of tea, but you know the pink shorts there.
It would be like if like Kool-Aid or High C, if like High C. Like you remember that juice? Like if they threw Transformers in a High C commercial in like 1986.
You'd expect it out of like McDonald's, right? With the High C orange drink or fruit punch that they have, you know, it would just go with the drink.
Me Grimlock, oh yeah.
But like I said, the one thing that really did irk me a bit about this one, they knew they weren't including the wheelie figure. So just as Twin Stunner, why not throw an Energo sword? By this point, they've already done a couple of the other Dinobots, and one of the other ones, I think it was Slag, or was it Slag? Slag came with the sword, I think, or I forget. I'm pretty sure one of them came with a sword at this point. They should have threw a sword in with this one.
Yeah, that would have been good. It would have made sense.
Chaos Hoy, they did do a Dragon Transformer. There's I forget which series it's from, but they have a Megatron that turns into a dragon.
Yeah.
So
I was tempted to get in him, and I eventually did not. Because at one point he was going for he was like they had him like on a super sale at one point. I think it was like around $20, but at the time
that's
it's
a good
like price. I know, but even at the time, it's like I was buying other stuff. It was around the holidays, maybe 2 years ago, I want to say. But I'm like, I had it in my hands. I was going to the register, and then I stopped myself. I'm like, yeah, I can't. I couldn't justify it at that point because it's like, yeah, you know, some days you're extra freaking choked, and it's like, nah, do I need it? Do I really need it?
I know that feeling. I mean, the very few things that I did pick up this month, which I'm not going to be able to show off until at least starting next week, maybe even the week after. I was hard pressed just to pick up the few things that I did pick up, and they kind of hurt me a little bit. So,
yeah,
always hurts the wallet, my friend. Always.
It really does, doesn't it? And there's things that you know you'll never find again.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's those things that you know you'll never find again. Because it's like, oh, yeah, I did that with other figures. It's like they were sitting right there. I'm like, I'll get it next time. There's about 4 or 5 of them. You come in, like, you never see them again in stores. It's like, great.
Yeah, there is no next time. Chaos Hoy, saved by the Autobot Bell. And what's going on? Scotsman. What up, man? Hypercolor. Yeah. In case you didn't catch that, unreleased G2 artwork from Takara when they were going to do their G2 Wave 2 line. They just never released it. Don't hate on High C. That was just shit next to Kool-Aid back in the day.
I don't hate on High C. I like you know, I used to like High C.
Oh, but I mean, it was
haven't had it in forever, but
right. But it was always orange or fruit punch. Those were like the two you'd find in the restaurants.
This is what I'm talking about right here. And Bone went where I was planning on going.
Ecto Cooler,
Yeah.
yep. Well, yeah.
Anyone remember the snot-filled Ninja Turtle pies?
Yep.
Yeah, Soul Assassin, me too. That's one of the reasons I really love what they're doing with the Turtles of Grayskull, the Motu TMNT crossover. They are including mini comics with those things to tell the story of why that line is happening. So that's pretty cool. I just wish more of these companies would do shit like that. Right now, Mattel is just killing it with that freaking line. Absolutely killing it.
Yeah, that is awesome though.
No,
They did that.
No, it is incredible. Incredible. It's a pretty decent story, too. I was actually surprised. I wasn't sure I was going to like it, but it's not bad. Oh, hot damn, my last one is just finishing up, Vinny. Hot damn. Yeah. Sweetness. Yeah, uploading while we're streaming. Always fun for my freaking horrible internet. But let's hit the third part on old Grimlock here. And we'll get the full scope what he looks like in his dino mode. And you know what? I cracked up a little bit. So here we go.
We now return to the Transformers.
Me, Grimlock, know all about wipers. Want to hear good part of story?
Grimlock in a big, wide stance right here, showing off some more of the points of articulation. Of course, the bends in the knees, the rocks down at the feet, the big, giant ball joints and pivots that he's got up in the shoulders. Of course, he's got the turns at the biceps, got some nice elbow cuts right there. There is a little bit of hand movement as well. The hands do turn side by side. They don't rock at all because it's part of the transformation. They just kind of rock in. He does have a little bit of turn and ball movement up at the top of the head. Not a whole lot, but there is some right there. And of course, he's got a pretty decent waist joint. Now, the way the cuts work up at the hips is he's got the big side swivels on the legs so they can go out sideways. Plus, he's got a turn at the top of the, I guess it's the hip joint, that actually allows for some very good back and forth movement there as well. Once again, they did not do anything to destroy the original foundation of the mold from the 86 figure, so it carried over very nicely into this repaint.
Me, Grimlock, want to munch better.
And here we go with Grimlock all transformed. Gotta say, even though the color is a little strange, I am not hating it. So let's take a few more shots of him in his dino form.
I, Grimlock, used my rear molars.
And you can see right here, he does have a little bit of knee joint manipulation, even in his dino mode. And of course, his little arms move as well. He does have like the hinge right there in the elbow. And he has a little bit of a ball, so you can get a tiny bit of movement out of his little T-Rex arms.
With some Autobots, you have to explain everything.
And here we go with the last shot with him with his mouth open. The mouth does open up quite far, and there's actually a port on the inside of there. So if you have a blast effect, you could put a blast effect coming out of Grimlock's mouth to simulate him throwing fire. So this one, much like the other one, I do really appreciate. The G2 colors, although strange for most people, because I know that this was unreleased artwork from Takara for part of the G2 line that they had planned, I really do like that they did this one. For us, this is much like the 86 Grimlock. This one is damn near perfection. Guinea Pig Collective is going to give this one 10 out of 10 toes.
Me, Grimlock, laugh!
Cliff Jumper hopes that you enjoyed this one, and he hopes that you keep coming back. He says, even though Dark Helmet's taken over, remember, I'm still here. I know, Cliff Jumper, we all know that you're still here.
Still a good review. That figure's a solid figure, you know? Colors aside, yeah, that Grimlock was really cool.
It is such a solid figure that they had actually repainted it a third time. So pre-orders had already started for the comic book colored version of Grimlock. And the only thing that changes about that is like the head is blue and the legs are blue instead of gray. And yeah, it's just, another repaint of the same mold. They did the same thing with Blaster. They've done Blaster 4 times now. So they did Blaster and Kingdom. Then they did him in 86. Then they did him as twin cast, and they also did him at Legacy.
They released him more than Soundwave, and Soundwave was the more popular of the characters that were, Boombox related.
Go figure. Go figure.
Weird.
Thank you, Curtis. Poor little guy. It is what it is. I mean, I kind of figured that I was going to have to set Cliff Jumper up in the retirement and the chill, but this is his party. It's a retirement party for him. He did get the kind of like nose at the last figure, so he picked the last figure.
Oh, did he? Nice.
Yeah, so the very last figure in tonight's show is picked by Cliff Jumper. So, and it's just kind of funny how it worked out. So, yeah. he picked a winner. So,
oh, that's great. You just kind of directed him, or did you put like a treat on each side for him, and then he just went to the one he wanted?
Nah, I don't do that. Just to let him know that the one he thought he wanted. So,
you had a couple of them just lined up in front of him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Walk to the one that you wish to be the review.
Did he leave any jelly beans?
He did.
That's how he knew which one to pick.
That's great. Or that was his review for the figure.
1, 2, or 3 beads were left.
He's like, here, it's a McFarlane figure.
If it's a McFarlane figure, it wound up being a shit sled next to it.
Fall apart as soon as he looked at it.
Oh man, that's great.
He probably would have kicked it. Guinea pig drop kick.
No,
I hear you, Soul Assassin. I know a few people that's what they grew up on. I remember Beast Wars, but I was just not a huge fan of it. I mean, it was okay for what it was. It just, it wasn't my thing.
What was Beast Wars? Late 90s? Beast Wars was like...
that was like late 90s, mid to late 90s.
Yeah, it went from that into Beast Machines, and then went back to...
I only ever saw G1, man, the original stuff we grew up with, Tommy. After that, I was working, so I didn't pay I didn't have cable or anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what got me to kind of watch it, because I heard that there were characters from G1 that were in Beast Machines, and they had Starscream. It was like the ghost of Starscream. He like went into what was his name, Waspinator, and then there was another episode where I guess towards the end of the seasons, like the last season maybe, where they get into like the big arc, and you see all the robots that they're all Autobots and Decepticons. They all their bodies are all there, and the Megatron from the dinosaur one, he shoots our G1 Optimus in the face. He blasts his head off, and they have to reconstruct him. But in the meantime, they don't want his spark to disappear or whatever, so they take the Matrix of Leadership and they put it into the monkey Optimus, and he almost like he retransforms, or what's the word when they like scan another thing? Like in the movies and shit. Like,
I get lost on the movie stuff because I hated it so much. So
yeah, well, I think they've done it. Like
it's like scanning.
Yeah, almost like a reformatting or something. But like, so he's like part monkey. He's like part monkey and almost like part like truck machine type thing. Like he grew as well. Like he was about the size of regular Optimus. But in the meantime, like they reconstruct his face, and by the end of the episode, they put the Matrix back into our Optimus, and you see him like he looks up at them, and then he goes back to sleep. So I thought that was kind of cool that they put him in there.
It's too bad they didn't like turn him into Ultra Magnus, like how he was supposed to be. Like he blew his face off, so this is now the upgrade.
Well, the monkey one kind of. He had a couple of vehicle forms that were like he was like a triple or a quadruple changer.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it was crazy what they did with him, because he did robot, monkey, ship, and tank. So it was he transformed to 4 different things.
Right.
Yeah, it was wild.
Chaos is back with animal trading for toys.
Mm-hmm.
Soul Assassin also says Ravage appears.
Oh yeah, that's right. I believe he did. Yeah, they did some cool stuff. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen them. I just remember the key things. And then when they went to Beast Machines and went back to Cybertron, and there was parts of it I thought they were really cool story-wise, and then other things that were just like, oh, that's terrible. So that is what it is.
Well, I'm going to show one more, Vinny, and then I'm going to pass it over to you. And then after that, if anybody else has anything, you can absolutely go. So this is another one. Some people may or may not be familiar with this character. Most Transformers fans are familiar with her by now. And I wasn't sure what to think about this figure when I seen it, but it was on sale at Target. So I was like, I'm going to get it. And it's actually a pretty damn decent figure. And I was actually shocked how much they put in this. So this is actually from the new United Legacy line. So here we go with the next Transformer video for Cliffjumper's retirement party. Cliffjumper thanks you all for watching, and he hopes that you enjoyed this Transformer related video. Right, Cliffjumper? Oh yeah, it's time to pig out, transform. The retirement party continues. Cliffjumper leading us in with another Transformers video. This one from Transformers Legacy United. We got Cyberverse Universe. We've got Windblade. Another one that looked pretty interesting. I remember reading a lot of the IDW comics before they went to absolute shit, and this character was, it wasn't the greatest character in the world, let's be honest. She was pretty bland and pretty boring. They did hype her up a lot by the time they got around to Combiner Wars, which they did have an animated version of. So we're going to head and we're going to pop out that original IDW one. Now this one I've never actually opened, but here we go with the IDW version of Windblade. A lot darker in color scheme with the original one, so I will wind up doing a little bit of a side-by-side with it, even though I'm not going to take it out of the package. The one thing I think that they did right when they did these IDW ones is they at least did include a comic with it. So for those who are uninitiated to the character, at least kind of get to know the character a little bit. But over time, most Transformers fans at this point do know who Windblade is. So let's go ahead. We're going to get this United one out of the box and take a look at it. Here we go. Windblade out of the box, taking a look at her right next to the original Generations version from IDW. You can see that the color scheme is a lot darker on the older one, especially with the wings and everything. They're all black. There's a lot more dark in the torso. This one is a lot brighter in colors, but a lot of the things, of course, they carried over is that geisha look to her face. All carried over very well. The color scheme is not bad on this one. It's a little bit lighter in tone. I don't mind that at all. The wings look a little bit smaller in the original one. The original one, like really huge wings on this one. But overall, I gotta say, I think this new one looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and start checking out some of the articulation on this one.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
I don't know how well versed you are in that character, Vinny.
Oh, no, not at all. I never watched that.
No, Combiner Wars is pretty good. You can find it up on YouTube. I think they got the entire thing up on YouTube right now. It's a pretty interesting story. It's one of the stories, like, it's right before IDW really goes to shit. Okay. So it's like a halfway decent story. It's not bad. And that's where the Windblade character actually gets a little bit more violent. I guess is the way to say, because before she was very bland, and she's just known as the city speaker because she's talking to a Metroplex that lost his ability to speak, and she's the only one that could communicate with him.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. She's got an interesting design.
No, I like the design. I like the geisha look to it too.
Yeah, that is pretty neat. I like we have Batman down there too.
I have Bat Wiener Dog.
Where is he? Let's see the next clip.
Why did you say that?
Here we go with the second clip for Windblade and get into the articulation. And I think really this is where this character shines. There's a ton of movement in this one. And there's a few extras in there I didn't really expect until after I got into the review. And here we go. We're going to let the video speak for itself.
Okay.
We now return to the Transformers.
Here we go with Windblade in a bit of a pose, putting her hands up on her hips. She does have this little piece that actually accentuates the geisha look. It's a little bit of a, like a, I forget what it's called, like a fan or something in the back of her head. She also has a port on the side of her hip that you can actually put her sword on as well. That's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and check out the rest of the pose ability on this one. Go, got her in a nice big wide-legged stance, got her sword out, ready to strike down on an opponent. Here we go with her ready to start running into battle, showing off all the articulation and is down in the knees with the joints, got the rockers down at the feet. She does have a bit of a waist turn. She's got a little bit of ball and rock at the top of the head. Got decent turn and pivot up in the shoulders, as well as a bicep cut. Joints at the elbows as well. Along with all the points of articulation that this one already has, and I'm able to show off right here, she also has a turn at the hand, accentuating a lot of that posability that you can get this one into. Absolutely stellar so far.
That's what they all say.
While she can get down into a kneeling position, it is not the greatest. She can even get into the, hey boys, check me out pose. Here we go with Windblade in her Cybertronian jet form. You will see that you can actually port, there's actually two spots in between the two legs when you snap her into jet form that actually accepts the two ports that are on the side of her sword, so it can make it look like it's a trailing jet fuel burn. You can also see in her jet form, she has these two movable foils for lifting vertically or to create her wind effect, which she is known for. That's why she's called Windblade. Really nice touch that they added that in there. I think that's really cool. Because there is a slight lack in articulation, I cannot give this one a perfect score. I will say overall though, this is a very nice figure. If you're thinking about picking this one up, I could definitely recommend this one. This one is absolutely a 9 out of 10.
I will have my revenge. I am Windblade.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
Yeah, she's cool looking. I really like the jet form.
Yeah, pretty sharp. I think the clips kind of give you a little bit of her character. I know Papa wants to know if he could do extra stuff with her. Papa, you can use your imagination and you could do whatever you want, buddy. Curtis is asking about flexibility, huh?
We're not going to.
Yeah, Lurch. I'm sure somebody is. And what's going on, Time Prophet? Go ahead, Adam.
Oh, I'm just saying, none of us are going to judge you. You do you, Papa, all the way, baby.
But I think showing those clips from the Combiner Wars was really essential to really show off like how well I think that they captured the likeness of the character with this figure as opposed to the original one. The original one was just so much darker, and I don't think it really captured how she looked in the pages of comic, let alone how she looks in the anime version as well.
Yeah. I know the clips that you were showing too. Yeah, I thought it looked pretty good.
That's pretty cool. What I didn't show is who she's fighting in all those clips.
Oh, okay.
Optimus Prime.
Oh snap!
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Optimus absolutely fucking owns her.
Oh wow, that is great.
Good, you gotta keep those robot bitches in line, right?
Right? You know it.
And Prime wasn't even trying to fight her. That's what I was saying. Like, if you haven't watched the Combiner Wars cartoon, you should. I wonder how drunk Papa is by now. Like Pop, I hate to tell you, there's a whole bunch more toy clips, and they're all Transformers, my friend. This is going to be the night we put Papa down. We're going to hear about the man from his state getting rushed to the hospital for freaking liver poisoning.
Oh no.
Oh, we love you, Papa. What's going on, Monotony, man? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Guys, I hope everybody out there is watching, is having a good time. Thanks for joining us. Vinny, I am going to hand it on over to you. I still have a bunch of stuff here, but goddamn, we got to give somebody else a chance. Let's wish Cliff Jumper a happy retirement and give him something else to look at.
That's right, man. Yeah, Cliff Jumper's the man of pigs.
He's the pig man.
He's the pig man. No, but I did see. Yeah, Tony had posted something in our group earlier. I thought he'd be popping in here, but yeah, there was a little bit of a leak with the new Switch that's coming out. So
yeah, Tony, if you want to stop in, come on in, man. Come on in and let's talk about this.
Yeah, if you got some time, jump on in. In the meantime, in the meantime, we do have we got a pretty cool figure. I teased them on one of our last toy streams, but here's the full review on Green Goblin, the Willem Dafoe version from No Way Home. And again, I think this is a pretty damn awesome figure. He was not easy to find. Had to get him online. This thing sold out all over the place. I think they have a second batch that's out now from Hasbro and Big Bad Toy Store, if it's still available. So yeah, if you're looking for him, go check it out. He was more solid than I thought he would be. I thought I'd give it more dings, but this figure was really cool. I am happy about that. The shortcomings are I wish he had some more articulation, mainly in the shins, because he's again a character that's supposed to be squatting down. And Willem Dafoe, he's like a yoga guy, and the shit he was doing on those gliders in the movies, it's fantastic, but this figure, you could fudge some stuff, but he should have been able to have a more natural stance on this thing. But saying all that,
they damn sure got the face down.
yeah, the face is it's pretty damn good. Like I said, there was some big surprises. I'll jump a little bit. The packaging, again, I prefer windows, but when you do open it up, you could see it looked like they were going to do it because the actual plastic case instead of a tissue paper, you could tell it they were probably going to do it and last minute change their minds. So, but I know like they're doing away with this type of stupid packaging where you can't see the figure itself that you're buying. Yeah, that likeness, holy crap, for the size of it, the 6-inch scale, that's impressive. Oh, what was that? Sorry. But yeah, either way, man, I thought they did a killer job. Was not crazy about that stupid hood thing that he comes in. I didn't like it, so I'm not displaying him with it, but I will show it on the review. Goggles are pretty cool. They're slightly on the thick side, but you'd want it that way because if it's too thin, that's easily going to snap, and you don't want that happening either. But overall, still, it works. The detailing on this guy is incredible. The actual sculpt of the figure. And I know they're doing all these things digitally now. Really good. Although, again, if I were like an art director for this, there are a few things I would definitely make them go back on the drawing board for. But other things I think they did really exceptional. And again, just kind of playing with the lighting a little bit so you could see his likeness. They do have like the digital printing technology for the eyes, the teeth, and all that. And they kept it true with his janky teeth that he actually has. It's funny.
Is that green metallic?
Yeah, I thought it was paint. I think it's the plastic itself.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, that's impressive. I mean, they're doing different things now with a lot of these figures and these new lines that are coming out. But yeah, they're pretty damn awesome. So that was really good. And I want to show the goggles with it on. And again, like I said, I'm not buying everything Marvel related and all that crap. It's just things that I personally enjoyed that I really liked. And if it sucked, I would have told you guys right off the bat. But I'm really impressed with this. You could take this purple thing off, and I do show it. This was essentially he had a hoodie in the movie that gets all messed up while he's fighting Tom Holland Spider-Man, and so they were kind of going with almost like a hobgoblin-ish approach to that design.
Yeah, well, tattered though.
Tattered. which is still cool. I mean, it still kind of works. If what they did in the movie, I was happy to see that, and I preferred him without the mask in that film. If you're not going to do, the way he's supposed to look with like that rubber mask and all that, because I was never crazy about this Power Rangers design from the original movie. The mask.
Yeah, same. I was the same. Even though I love the first two movies, I wasn't crazy about his look.
Exactly, and it's
crazy. It was too cybernetic. You know what I mean? Like
it felt Dr. Doomish too.
Yeah, like Green Goblin with no like cybernetic friggin'.
But you've seen the footage, right, where they have like the animatronic kind of rubberized mask.
No.
Oh, you have. All right.
No.
So they were gonna go a route that was closer to the comics, but Defoe had final say in his contract. And yeah, so I guess.
So that costume is his fault, basically.
Sadly, because the mask is kind of cool, like the design.
Yeah, the mask is cool. The mask, I'll say, is cool.
So the director didn't slap him and say, "What a fag."
No, he didn't. But like, we'll have to show it on one of my other streams because I'll find the footage again. But it did look really cool. It felt kind of like Evil Dead-ish looking character. It was neat, and he was gonna have almost more like a hobgoblin look because they had like a 3-foot maquette that they had made. It looked sick. It had more kind of cybernetic looking pieces on it, but he had the rubberized mask. He had the hood. It looked pretty wicked. But I mean, again, for what it is, like I said, I still enjoyed those first two movies as well. The second one I kind of preferred more, I think. But yeah, I was just messing around with it. But you got to rip the head off, and then it goes the other way. But yeah, so there it is with that hood. That hood looks like shit. I'm sorry. You should have just done soft goods if you were going to do it.
It looks like Little Purple Riding Hood.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I don't like it, and you can do it like that. Although he never wore it like that in the movie, but I do take off the purple part because it looks too thick and chonky. But as soon as you take off that purple part, yeah, you have closer to the original movie, which still it looked good with the extra details that they put on here. Because yeah, in No Way Home, he souped up his costume a bit. So there you go. If you want to kind of recreate something close to the first movie, you can still do that. So it's cool that they gave you the options for it. And the glider, holy shit, man! This glider is beautiful. Every bit of detail on here, the design itself, really, really nice. The connector part, I thought maybe like this extra flight stand thing, they could have done a little bit better. I know like they reused something from another, I think it was not Hobgoblin. There was one that had like a fire like glider, one of the other
the Demon Goblin?
I think it was that one.
The one that Hobgoblin was like possessed by?
Yes. He was like black and orange.
Yeah, I think he's called a Demon Goblin.
I think so, but his glider was all fire, and it came with another figure. He was like a Build-A-Figure set or something, and I remember I had gotten just a fire glider with another figure, and it comes with that other flight stand. So it's the same one. I think they used it in the Star Wars figures as well. Those flying vehicles from Return of the Jedi. I can't remember the name of them right now, but it had the same kind of clear plastic thing. So there's 3 points, and you could, depending how high you want it, you could flip it over and just plug it in. But you really have to force it.
Like speeder bikes?
Yeah, the speeder bikes. Yeah, thank you. Because yeah, I know the speeder bikes had the same exact design, clear plastic part. But yeah. Sorry, I was having a brain fart. I've been having late nights again, folks. So sorry. But yeah, the glider is just, that thing is beautiful. Everything they did on that is pretty killer.
Bro, I'd have to hang it from the ceiling, bro. It wouldn't need the damn.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I would hang that sumbitch from the ceiling. There's no way I would have to.
Yeah,
that's just sick.
Yeah, dude, it's great. And those foot pegs do come off because it has like a rotation on it. Like there's like 2 points of articulation on the actual part that connects to his foot. I think the pegs in his feet should have been deeper. They're too shallow. So if you have a regular stand, he won't go on it properly. So he's made specifically for those. But again, they should have made it a little bit better so he's more secure. But the ankle joints and stuff, they are strong enough. They hold them up properly. The plastic they use is very solid. So it feels good. It's a sturdy figure. And yeah, I had to show him what the Dr.
They look good together, man.
Yeah, man, they really do. I'm happy what they did there. And yeah, I made sure to throw in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man so that you can recreate some stuff. And yeah, man, these guys are awesome. You know, again, Spider-Man's my character. You know, I love that character so much, and all the villains and all the different iterations. But well, not all of them, but a good chunk of them I think are pretty cool. And some of these movie ones are killer. You know, that again, like that Willem Dafoe face, dude. That thing is so spot on.
It's just as frightening as his real face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can Spider-Man come out and play? So there he is, and he's playing.
Since we're on Spider-Man still,
yeah.
Have you ever seen this? Pop says he's seen figures of Spider-Pig.
Yeah, I know he came packaged with someone else. I don't know if they finally did an articulated one.
Spider-Pig?
Spider-Ham?
Spider-Ham. Yeah, I remember Spider-Ham. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Peter Porker.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. I remember those. They had Wolverine instead of Wolverine.
Yeah. That whole universe is crazy.
What's going on, George Lucas? So yeah, you talk speeders and Star Wars, and George Lucas appears.
Hey, George, it's always great to see you, pal. We made a shitload of money together. And now I'm a WEF shill. Oh, shit. But yeah, I wanted to show these two guys together like that. And again, really cool, really solid.
Kobe MacGyver.
What's that? Oh,
instead of toys, Kobe MacGyver.
Oh, shit. But yeah, good stuff here. So yeah. And some high-res shots. Yeah, dude, that shine, that metallic green, that thing is beautiful.
Soul Assassin says Spider-Ham came with the Spider-Man Noir figure.
Okay, yeah. I don't have that one. I gave this guy an 8. He would have been higher had he had the shin joints. That alone, that would have upped it because I wanted to get him into deeper kind of squatting poses to go on the glider. There's a couple of things like me personally, I would have tweaked. Again, having that background as a designer, I would have done some a little bit more. But again, for Marvel Legends, still a very solid release. It's 8 to 8.5. I was kind of debating. I was in that range. So yeah, he is a must buy, especially if you're a fan of those movies or you like Willem Dafoe's portrayal of the character. And shit, like I said, for the glider alone, yeah, that thing is killer all the way. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that one.
Curtis, I'm so sorry about the fat fingers thing. I know it's pretty warm here too. Our AC is down, so 8 out of 10 grenades from Lurch.
Yep.
Time Prophet loves your Ronald Reagan impression. And Monototi is pretty sure it is Etep Porker.
Etep Porker. He's gonna love that one.
Adam, did you have anything?
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, I've got a couple of things. I mean, let me let's just I do got a bad head on me, so let's hear something here. What do we got over here? Oh yeah, it's something that Vinnie sent a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
and yeah,
that's right, that Joker.
Yeah, look at that. Isn't that sick as hell?
He's a cool.
So
one.
yeah. I hadn't seen this one anywhere. So yeah, thank you, Vinnie, because yeah, that was awesome.
And
I got him up in the back corner there hanging out.
That is hilarious too, Adam. Because I know Vinnie for a little while, Vinnie was saying he was only seeing a few here and there, and then he started seeing a lot of them. Trina says she didn't see him at all in her stores at first.
Oh no,
my stores were loaded with him the entire time.
The entire time. Wow. Yeah, because I did not see him anymore. The Superman, I still see him every now and then, but yeah, that particular Joker, no, that was one for my collection. I know that Adam was he's a massive Joker fan, so I'm like, yeah,
a little bit, just a little bit, and then the big box,
just a smidge,
held the brown leather strap. So yeah, we've got a actual big gold belt with the brown leather strap. So I don't know. There could be a couple different things going on with this here. We might have a new Wukulian order title, that we actually make ourselves with the lovely strap and the nameplate. Or if I decide to take one of the big golds off, because the one Booker signed, I could always put the actual title on here, and then it would look like when Flair first had it, when it was brown, not black, supposedly. But yeah, this was again another compromise on eBay that I'd forgotten about. Like, how it says it expires? Well, apparently it didn't expire, because like a month later, the guy accepted it. So I was like, oh, cool. So that was a shock. And then what I was telling you backstage, which I'll just save that for another show. But yeah, I've gotten pretty lucky with a few items that I've been looking at. And again, thank you, Vinnie, because that's, as soon as you told me, you were done, and I love the back on it. That's just, I'm not going to open it, but
yeah, that thing's cool.
I loved it. When we were in Ohio, they had a Bob Ross one, and it was all crunched up and messed up. And they wouldn't.
You know what? He's another one I still see in my stores. The Toonie version of Bob Ross. I still see that damn thing.
I know, and you know what?
Ohio, like I said, I saw it, but it was all crunched up and stuff, and I would have opened it because I'd have put his ass right there next to your stuff. But Vinnie. But I didn't get that one. I
would have gotten him too until I saw that documentary, and that old couple, they are robbing Bob Ross's son, and he doesn't get a dime of it. That's why I haven't bought any Bob Ross stuff. Yep.
That's terrible. Soul Assassin says brown leather straps, easy, Shaw, man. Don't say that in certain places. You might get unwanted friends.
Oh shit.
Jesus Christmas. What is this chat evolved into? I'm going back to saying goodbye to Cliff Jumper's performance on the toy stage.
This is what happens when they don't have Toy Collectors Past for a while, Tommy.
I know. It's my fault. Actually, it's not my fault. Somebody else's fault. But yeah. So Papa, wherever you are, have another one. I hope your liver survives. Drink a little water in between shots. But this is another party. Retirement party video for Cliff Jumper. So that means it's Transformer related. Take that, Papa. Oh, a very tired Cliff Jumper. All not going to be on the table with the toys anymore. Part of his retirement party extravaganza. Hopes that you enjoy this next Transformers video. Right, Cliff Jumper? Oh, guys, here we go. The retirement party for Jumper continues as we were getting ready to take a look at another Transformers figure. So this one is by way of Legacy Evolution. This one is Twin Cast with Autobot Rewind. I've actually had this one sitting in the back for a while. Needed to really get to this review, but I've just been absolutely busy with so many other reviews that a lot of these older ones have kind of taken a backseat. So we're going to get this one out. We're going to take a look at them. We're going to compare them to the Legacy version of Blaster and see how many changes it really made to this. And once again, the Blaster mold, absolutely fantastic mold. I expect that this one is pretty much going to be the same. Hopefully there's no mold degradation, but we will find out. Right out of the box, here we go with Twin Cast. Pretty interesting color design, the choice that they made for this. It's not exactly like that Takara version, but it's pretty close. I did notice this when I took him out of the packaging. So he does have these spin around speakers. So I guess you can get a different look for him. I thought that was an interesting little add-on. Go with Twin Cast in a bit of a pose, getting ready to hit that tape door. Got
Rewind ready to pop out of his chest. Here we go with twin cast and rewind ready to get into action. We go with twin cast in a kneeling position along with rewind also in a kneeling position. Of course, the rewind is a reuse of the eject, just in a slightly different color. Where the other one was blue, this one is the black color. So I don't have a lot of complaints in that aspect. Here we go with twin cast in a running position, using the back wall to just help balance them. But once again, not bad. Not bad. This is another one of those figures that it does have some pretty decent balancing in the standing position, even if you have to use something else to completely make sure he doesn't fall off his feet, but pretty decent. And of course, we got rewind right here with the stand jumping into action as well. One more shot here where we got twin cast and rewind right next to blaster and eject. Here we go with twin cast in his boombox form, and of course, rewind turned back into a cassette. This one is a very solid figure, and we're going to give this one 10 out of 10 toes.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
I know that one feels like I kind of rushed through it a little bit, but at the same time I was filming this, I was also doing the 86 version of Blaster. So it was kind of like, how many times can I talk about the posability on the exact same mold? So I kind of I kind of fast forward through that one just a little bit. But they did come very close to what Takara released as far as twin cast. And if you're not aware, after the original G1 line was pretty much finished and Takara was doing extra molds on top of, what Hasbro had started with the branding of Transformers, they did do twin cast and they did Sound Blaster. Yes, Sound Blaster.
Was it Sound Blaster?
Instead of Sound Wave, it was Sound Blaster. Yeah. And they had a double deep deck. So their chest was double deep so they could put two tapes in each one of them. Each one came with 2 cassettes. So it was the same thing for twin cast. He had a double deep chest door so he could have 2 cassettes in at once. And of course, they recolored it. And the storyline in the Takara version was that both Soundwave and Blaster was both severely damaged during a battle, and they were rebuilt. So that's where it comes from. So it's still, Soundwave and Blaster, but just rebuilt. But of course, later on, when you get into some of the other Netflix stuff and what they were doing in some of the other iterations of Transformers, Twin Cast and Sound Blaster become completely separate characters.
That's interesting.
What's going on, Lion Rat? Good to see you, man. Cliff Jumper does have a good pension. Plenty of lettuce and carrots for the rest of his life. And snacks. Oh my God, this freaking pig and his little bell pepper cookie snacks.
All the kale his little heart could desire.
The turtles usually get the kale. What you got there, Adam?
Oh, it's just a hobgoblin. Since Vinnie was bringing him up earlier, just the Lego version.
Sweet.
So I figured I'd just kind of, since you was talking about it, grab mine real quick. And
I love the Hobgoblin. He's such a great looking character.
Yeah, I mean, you know me and Legos, bro.
Hey, Vinnie, since you were a huge Spider-Man fan, and I know you have your tragic tale of the Secret Wars Spider-Man figure you had. Did you ever see the Hobgoblin Secret Wars figure they had?
I have seen that, yeah. Dude.
I never saw it in stores. In fact, I didn't even know they made it till eBay became a thing.
Yeah, I seen it in passing as well somewhere over the years. I like you, when I was a kid, I had no idea that he even existed. Yeah, that's crazy. I think my cousin ended up, I think he had him.
He's probably more of the rarer ones to find, probably.
Yeah, I think so. Which is crazy too, because I know they were pushing like some the characters that we wouldn't typically before the movies and stuff, no one really knew who Kang was unless you were really reading those comic books like Fantastic Four and shit. And they had a version of him.
That's how I first heard of the character Kang, was seeing that Secret Wars figure at one of my friends' houses. I was like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
Yeah,
he looks like blue-faced Dr. Doom.
Right. I'll say that they were definitely that was good marketing. Those figures really, they brought a lot of attention to Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
in general. Yeah.
Well, while we're back on that real quick, I don't want to lose these. So there was a couple questions for you, Vinny. So the first one was from Lurch Slight Return. Vinny Art, who is your favorite Spider-Man artist?
I think Stuart Immonen. He's more modern. That guy's work is incredible, absolutely incredible. I know it sucks though. He had to work with Dan Slott, but his work it is jaw dropping. If you haven't seen him, go look him up. His work is pretty damn phenomenal. Trying to think of maybe someone else that did a really good job. I mean, John Romita Jr. He had a run that was fun, but I don't. There's certain things I don't like about his art style. But his storytelling was good, and a lot of stuff he had worked on was fun. When I was a kid, it was McFarlane. But yeah, I mean, over time, when I look back at that stuff, like I could appreciate the angles and different things he tried, but his anatomy and stuff always pissed me off. It really, really upset me.
That's because everything's got to look like a can of tuna.
Yeah, lumpy tuna in a sock, right?
Second question is from Soul Assassin. Soul Assassin says your favorite Spider-Man suit, Vinny, and Papa seems to think it's the assless suit.
No, I was unaware that there was an assless suit. I mean, Papa, if that's your favorite version, God bless. To each his own. It's either the classic, his classic red and blue costume, or the black one. Those are my two favorites. You know. It might be more of a basic answer, but yeah, that's what I dug. Yeah, I don't know. There's times I can't stand like the wings under the armpits, and other times I think it's kind of cool. So I don't know.
The webbing.
Yeah, there's. They were always selective with doing that. I noticed.
Yeah, because is he a flying squirrel or is he Spider-Man? And none of them ever really used it right either, because there's not too many artists who actually did use it like that, and that's what it was kind of meant for, But I don't know, it's weird.
The correct answer, Vinny, is the Tater Head Spider-Man.
That's a good one. I really do like that one.
Awesome. I've got him over there.
I liked his armor suit. His armor suit looked cool.
Oh, the silver and black.
Yeah, I dug it.
What was it, Bagley, I think, who worked on that?
Yeah, I think it was. Post Eric Larson.
Yeah. Larson had a couple of really good issues.
I did. I
always about the
even though I did enjoy McFarlane's run, I did kind of dig the way Eric Larson did Spider-Man. Just a little bit better.
Yeah, he had a Sinister Six storyline he did, which I really enjoyed.
Yep. Return of the Sinister Six. Yes.
Yeah, Ghost Rider was in it too. There's a couple of big appearances.
Revenge of the Sinister Six.
Revenge, I believe. Yeah, because
it wasn't just a plain old Spider-Man, not Amazing Spider-Man or Spectacular Spider-Man. It was just in the plain old Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's the one where they kind of froze Sandman.
Where Doc Ock kicks the shit out of the Hulk.
Yes, that was it. Yeah, he did. That was pretty crazy. Yeah, they had some pretty good storylines and crazy stuff back then. And shit that was more fun, They're afraid of doing that nowadays, but
they don't know what fun is anymore. They don't. Yeah. They've forgotten. And you know what? It is refreshing to see some of these companies starting to pick back up on what is fun again. And like I said earlier, I'm going to say it, Mattel has definitely picked up on the fun factor, especially with the Turtles of Grayskull. Leaning back into the re-release of some of the classic ones, like they're doing the mutating. They did the mutating Turtles, and now they got Rocksteady and Bebop out as well. I love seeing that kind of stuff making a comeback. And then let's not forget the regular Motu line, where they're doing the cartoon accurate versions of the Motu figures.
Oh yeah, that is right. I came close to getting those too, but again, like you said, it's. Am I collecting a new line of figures, or am I going to continue doing what I was already doing?
You get one. I guarantee you're collecting a new line of figures.
I know, and that's the problem. That's why I didn't do it, because I'm like, well, just He-Man and Skeletor. Then it would be, well, Tila looks fantastic. So does Man at Arms.
Beast Man.
Dude, look at that. That looks amazing.
It's all about the tater.
That is so cool.
And of course, we've got Venom.
Nice.
and Spidey.
Dude, see? That looks good like that. Just in packaging. Leave them
Yeah, I mean, and these were back when these were like $7.99, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they don't do much. There's not much articulation or anything, but you know.
Yeah, I think they have. I think they only have 4 points. I don't even think the heads move on those, do they?
Yeah. Trey's got a bunch of them. He plays with them. I had a electric. It was an all blue Superman. It was an electric one. He didn't have that one, so I gave him when I went up and met ETUP for the first time. I had that for him for I think it was for Christmas. I sent it up there for him. But yeah, he had a ton of these and he played with them all the time, dude. It was awesome.
What's going on, Chris? Chris Fisk is in the house. What's
hey,
up, Chris? He says Down syndrome Spidey. Papa said Iron Spidey, and he said he likes Spectacular.
Wait, Down syndrome is your favorite one, Chris?
Yeah, I thought that was Draven's too. You are spot on again, Adam.
Holy crap! I feel like I'm missing something here. There was.
We get on the bus. They get on the bus. Draven stays on the bus.
When's the next bus?
Tater Man runs away.
He missed the bus. Oh shit! All right. There's something really cool that I do want to show. This kind of drove me, because since we're still on the Marvel kind of topic, I was going to say this for later, but I might as well just talk about this now. There is an exclusive figure that's being released right now that sold out. I think yesterday, it was the pre-order for it. This was infuriating. So they had the proper Miss Marvel, or AKA Warbird, an exclusive.
Oh yeah, I've seen pictures of this on Twitter.
Yeah, dude, she looks incredible.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
This is a figure where there was only one other that was multi-articulated, which I may be reviewing soon. But this is the most articulated female figure you're going to find next to the other exclusive release. And this was also a Target exclusive. Again, pain in the ass. I can't stand that these people do this shit, because she's supposed to come out in July. Good luck finding her. Within maybe a couple of minutes, she sold out. And it was on sale. So she was $20 instead of $25. And yeah, this thing has butterfly joints.
Don't worry, Vinny. In about a few more days, you're going to find it all over eBay for $80.
Oh, it'll be more than that.
The son of a bitches, man.
Yeah,
I hate scalpers.
I know. I'm going to have you keep an eye out, because for some reason your Target is like a magic location.
Right.
But yeah, so July 21st, start keeping an eye out. But
I'll contact the Oompa Loompas that I know that work at Target, who acquire all the goodies for me.
Holy shit! I mean, what they did too. She has a diaphragm cut. She has an extra joint by the hip, so she could go forward or backwards. The butterfly joints, ball joints in the shoulder, bicep, double hinge for the elbow, proper articulation in the legs as well. It's kind of standard with the other stuff, but again, multi-jointed. You could put this thing in awesome poses. I mean, again, she's an action character. She's supposed to have really awesome posability. So she's only the second figure that they had done like this, and that's my major gripe with Marvel and Hasbro. You are capable of doing this. Why do you keep releasing the same stupid female figures, the same exact bodies, when you could up it? You know what I mean?
Well, real quick, Vinny, I want to touch on this with Soul Assassin. He said, I thought that design was a little too much for modern Disney. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. This is not actually modern Disney's idea to put this out. This is actually Hasbro's idea.
Yeah, because Hasbro, they'll come up with a list of things that they want, and they have to like communicate with Marvel and Disney about that type of shit. And since it is a female character, they were able to push female empowerment. There's ways of getting around it, because I know a couple of people that were kind of higher up over on Hasbro. When I knew them, it was a Toy Biz side, because I had done a couple of Toy Biz designs of like Spider-Man figures and stuff too. And again, being to a bunch of different toy fairs, I know kind of how they operate and how they think. One of the guys who left there was Bobby Valaverse or Vala, and he created Bobby Valla created Valaverse, which was his G.I. Joe, his Action Force stuff, which I've reviewed a couple of them. But he's a guy who helped usher in a bunch of really cool figures, and he was trying to push articulation as well. And so that's why his figures are pretty damn amazing for what they are. Even though a lot of them are they're using the same molds or similar molds from other figures. But there's people who actually care that are behind the scenes, believe it or not. And that's why there's a few things I'll still get here and there. But this is a character I've wanted for a long time, and I'm like, great. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get this thing. And it's crazy because the pre-order, like I said, pre-order sold out already. This is going to be a crazy one to try to find. I do not want to pay insane money for it. Plus, again, who's got money to burn like that anyway? But for $20, holy shit, man, Yeah,
well, I will definitely keep an eye out, and I just hope I don't pull the trigger and then you come up with it.
Oh no! If you did that, I'd still pay you for it. Because this thing you'd probably be able to flip real easy too. So
I
man,
really don't want to be one of those guys that. But then again, if I was to turn around and sell it, I wouldn't sell it for nowhere near what everybody else is saying. I would undercut every last one of them and watch them lose their mind. Why are you selling it so cheap? Just to spite you, prick.
Well, yeah. Right. Well, and if it's another buddy of yours who's looking for it, you know what I mean? That's why I said.
Yeah. Well, that's where I would go first every single time. Like if one of you guys were looking for it, I would ask all of you, look, I got this thing. Do you want to buy it?
Absolutely. Hey, man, like I said, even that Joker, like I know Adam was a bigger fan, so I'm like, dude, if you want it, no problem. He gave me a couple of bucks for it, sent it over to him. But same thing, and I'm keeping an eye out for him for the Roddy Piper. I found one for myself. Yeah. Couldn't believe it was just sitting there. No other WWE figure was there, and I was able to snatch him up, which I'll do like a quick little, if not a short, maybe a full review. But again, because me and Adam, I know we're huge Piper fans, and when they said, "Oh yeah, they're doing this special edition, the Monday Night Raw version of them, and it's exclusive to Walmart," I'm like, "Oh, dude, definitely keeping an eye out." I still gotta find Bret. I have not found the Bret Hart yet, but these things are awesome. But it sucks when they do this type of stuff. Like, why is she an exclusive to one store? This is one of their better figures. Again, sold out within minutes of being posted up. And the articulation's incredible. Like, step it up, man.
I would almost bank now. Hasbro has been doing this with a lot of this stuff. They've been re-releasing some of these figures in different waves, or in different batches, and you get a second chance at the figure. So even if you can't get this first one, there might be a re-release of this figure because they're not going to make a whole new mold. They're just going to use the pre-existing mold. So
of course, but that's the problem with ones like this. A character that, like Slasher was saying too. It's like surprised that Disney would release a figure like this.
It's not Brie Larson.
Yeah, at this point. Well, here's the thing. So if she does get re-released later on, it might be like in a 3-pack with some other shitty versions of the character.
But like that's why they renamed it Warbird instead of just Marvel. Okay.
Yep.
And I think not confuse with Brie Larson. Okay.
Well, no, because she's Captain Marvel. Not to confuse her with the Pakistani Indian girl, whatever.
Kamala Khan.
Which I believe they just killed off.
Ooh, I'm so
yeah.
sad.
Yeah. Oh, I'm crying. But this is the point I'm making. It's like, so these generic horrible characters no one gives a shit about. Like, if they have a second chance at this figure, it's going to be something like that.
Oh, if they made a fucking Psylocke one, that would be fucking awesome.
Articulated like this, yeah. And I got a feeling that's why, like the arms, you could tell that it's painted. I think on the legs those are raised, but again, they could just change the thigh pieces. And you could repurpose this body. And I think that's what their goal was. Because I do have the Black Widow that's multi-articulated like this, and I will be reviewing her soon. But again, she's not one that you could really repurpose entirely. Someone like this you could, because she has more of the heroic proportions of like those other characters like Psylocke and whatnot. Because like I'm sure people are going to get extras and repaint her and repurpose this as well. Because that's what happens in the collectors community. We've seen this a million times,
I'd want it just so that Rogue could take her powers. I'm sorry.
Oh, exactly.
My scene.
Yep. Dude, I would just, you can pop off the head and change him. But this is back when Carol Danvers was a likable character, you know?
Yeah. Not an insufferable
Yep.
Larson.
Yeah. Insufferable. See you next Tuesday.
You're getting Papa all excited with repurposing the body.
I know, right? And talking about his girl Bree with her claw feet.
I knew it. He's the one. He bought all those figures, and he's going to repurpose them. All right.
Into one gigantic.
I know they were talking about X-Men 97. I know I have no intention of watching it. I'm not giving Disney any of my time, but I know a few other people were watching, and they said it hasn't been horrible. I mean, but
yeah, the ones that I've seen, I've actually enjoyed. But again, I didn't pay for it either, so.
Yeah,
but,
Pirates
the whole way. The first series, I stopped there, you know.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'll say one thing that people who are overhyping the bullshit of, oh my god, and they're not sexy anymore, and blah 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 blah. That's all horseshit. The models that they use are really good. They even put Storm back in her original black costume. You know, that looks like the bathing suit with the wings. They've done
with the little tiara.
Yep.
Little tiara.
Yep. She looked fantastic. There's things that they did I was really surprised by and impressed by. But I'll say one thing. The last couple episodes, to me, they've been massively depressing. And I think that's by design as well. And I know there are darker stories in the X-Men universe, but it feels almost like they're kind of demoralizing on purpose.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's no darker story than the Mega Bray. Damn you, Papa. Damn you. And your Sasquatch toe-sucking ways.
I still can't believe he's so obsessed with her.
And Chris said, the Storm's new design was even included in the intro.
Oh, nice, yeah. I think I skipped those. But that's cool, though. And I'm glad that they did it. She looks great. Certain things that they're doing right, I don't know. But I know that series has been doing fantastic because even the figures, and this drove me crazy because I seen her a couple of times and I did not pick her up at first. And I didn't pick her up at all. But the two times I had a chance to, I didn't, and I should have because I could have resold her. That Rogue figure, if you do happen to find her anywhere, she's going for like $150 right now.
Dude, every time I kept seeing it, I said, Vinny, did you see these figures? Did you see these figures? They look phenomenal. I ain't buying them, but they look great, man. You should check these out. If you'd said, you know what, pick me up those figures and send them to me, and then it would have been the only way that they would have passed by my hands in the cash register. But what's going on, Decepticon? Good to see you, man.
And Tommy, here's the thing, and this is why I didn't, because I have that version of Rogue from the Juggernaut Build-A-Wave figure, and the only thing, I would swap out her head because I do have a better one that I could just swap it out and it would look fantastic. But I didn't get it because it's almost the same figure, and I prefer the other one I have because the chest is bigger. She has the proper brown bomber jacket. The one that's released in the 97 line, it's like a green bomber jacket. I do like the pinless joints on that one, but something was throwing me off. I didn't know much about it. Did not watch the new one at that point either when those figures were hitting. I'm like, I could appreciate it, but again, I wasn't going to really be buying them. And then, like you said, you just get one or two and you're like, okay, I'll get a couple more. And then I did stop. So I ended up getting Wolverine, Magneto, Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Goblin Queen. So those are the ones I have. I reviewed. They were on the channel. But yeah, I skipped on the Storm. Storm I thought looked like shit. Don't like that white version with the mohawk. I did not understand it at all. And I didn't like the Gambit either. Gambit looked kind of cheap to me. He didn't have enough paint application on him, and I hate that T-joint. They keep putting that same stupid T-joint in all those figures. If you had a proper diaphragm kind of ball joint half circle thing, you could get him in more dynamic poses, which makes more sense because a character, he would jump side to side and throw his cards. So when you have a figure that should be doing stuff like that, and he can only go bending over forward and backwards, it defeats the purpose of, you know, a character who's supposed to be super agile, you know? So I don't know. To me, like I said, there's certain things why I will pass on specific figures and why I will pick up others. You know, when
I don't know. Like most of the ones I've seen in that series, they looked pretty good to me. I mean,
yeah,
I wasn't hating on them because I remember what the old ones looked like, and these were a huge upgrade to what the old figures used to look like. So,
well, I do have a Rogue figure that she's with the black and green costume, and the head sculpt on that is absolutely amazing.
Oh, with the shorter hair, where she had the shorter hair.
No, she still has the long hair.
Oh, okay.
No, there's one that she's like.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when she was one of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I thought you were talking about like she had shorter hair when she was one of them.
I don't know if they brought it back more recently because the one that they have, the one that I have here, she has long hair, but she does have like again like it's like green thigh highs, and like a corset shaped kind of. It's all skin tight though, like a corset shaped green. And then like the whole shoulders and upper chest is all black. And she has like the green arm, her green arms and forearms and shit. So I mean, I'll have to do a review or something on that one too. But it's still really nice. I like it. I thought it was the Brotherhood of. Pretty sure that's the look that she had. But I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, I remember her with shorter hair as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Tommy, where there's a guinea pig, there's a trunk with an unlocked trailer. Amazing what falls out nowadays. I know, right? I got to get working like the Beastmaster, just send the guinea pigs in to come back with stuff. The first thing I'd empty out is the NECA aisle with all the new Eastman and Laird stuff. That stuff looks phenomenal. Transformer nuggets. I remember bringing those up. The McDonald's changeables.
Oh, I'm so pissed I missed out on something as well. They're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle related. Yeah, it really pissed me off
that Transformer one pissed me off. Like I can't believe how quickly that thing sold out.
Ah, that sucks.
Yeah, that thing was sold out within a matter of days of them posting pre-orders, and there was something else they just released, and I was like, son of a bitch. I don't have the money for it, and it's already sold out anyway. I was like, well, there goes that. I guess I'm not getting it.
Okay, so the one that I have, by the way, it's this one in the middle.
Okay. Yeah, you see the very first one. That's the haircut I was talking.
Yeah, that's when you were thinking.
Yeah,
but the one I have is this one in the middle.
Yeah.
Which is the figure's really nice. I was surprised, but yeah, pretty damn cool. So there's that, and yeah, like I said, I have the other version of her that's like this. I gotta find which trunk it's in. Because once I get it out, I'll do a proper review as well. Yeah, because that character's awesome.
Oh, Decepticons! I know. I was talking about the TMNT Transformer crossover one. Like that shit was like pre-ordered out quick.
Yeah, and that's what sucks about those pre-order things. You know, they don't give a chance for everyone to get them.
Yeah, Chris is saying the last episode had her in that very first Cosmic Gambit trench coat. He was saying that earlier too, and the longer hair.
Yeah, like I said, they've been doing a good job.
But I'm going to get back
marketing, making it so that all of us could get what we wanted. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, but they don't always work that way. So I left off with a Twincast, so now I'm going to do the 86 movie Blaster, and much like all the rest of them, this figure mold is exactly the same, and they did a few coloration changes, and it's kind of surprising because usually they do the minimal amount with Hasbro when they do color changes. They did a few things extra on this one that I really did appreciate. So I'm going to go ahead and play that one. And yeah, once again, as part of Jumper's retirement. So here we go. Oh, we're getting down to the end. The last few videos that Cliff Jumper is going to be in the beginning of, as Helmet is already looking to take over. But we are getting ready for another Transformer-related video in honor of Cliff Jumper and his retirement. Guys, we hope that you enjoy this next one.
Cliff Jumper's heading into retirement, but the Transformer videos off the back of that are not going to stop anytime soon. So we got Transformers the Movie Studio Series 86. We got Autobot, Blaster, and Eject. Basically, this is a repainting of the Legacy version of Blaster, which really was not much different than this one. It's going to be interesting to see how many changes they actually made to the coloring of this mold, but I'm assuming that this mold is going to be exactly the same as this one.
I've been waiting a long time for this.
Here we go, right out of the box with our Studio Series 86 Blaster. There are basically no changes in the mold whatsoever as far as Blaster, Twin Cast, and the 86. So we'll just slide our 86 guy over. We'll bring in Blaster. And we'll bring it in Twin Cast. Once again, exact same mold. Nothing has changed whatsoever. Even the little speakers that are down here, these should spin around. The crown of his head, white for his face. He does have this colored in right here, where you can see that both of these guys have the little clear plastic windows. His Autobot symbol does not have white around it like both of these guys do as well. Of course, he's got more gray tones in the bottom instead of the black that these figures have. But otherwise, yeah, not a lot has changed. They're pretty much exactly the same. I do see that there is a little bit more red paint in the bottom up there, which, yeah, this one doesn't have it. And I'm pretty sure Twin Cast does not have it either. So there is a little bit of extra coloring right there. Just the little red pieces in there.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
So a funny thing about the little red dots that are sitting there up inside that little spot near his feet, not only was it in the cartoon, but it was also on the original G1 Blaster as well, because I dug out my old G1 Blaster and took a look, and sure enough, those two red dots are sitting in there.
Oh, wow.
But I like the way that they did the fully painted chest to make it look more like the cartoon instead of the clear window. I thought that looked pretty cool on that one.
Yeah, I like it. Looked pretty good.
Now, Cliff Jumper's having fun. He's enjoying his retirement already. He's already laughing at a helmet because, like, yeah, now it's going to be on you on the table, sucker. I'm sure that they are never going to touch an MP3 player again, Time Prophet. That's like, I guess, too old school tech now.
Right. I know they did a Soundwave like that a while back.
Yeah, the Toys R Us exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing that one.
I thought I seen a third-party one as well that was actually functional.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
The Toys R Us one was functional too.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
it was
nice.
a functional MP3 player.
Damn.
They also did one of the tapes as a USB, and it was a functional USB.
All right, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, the speakers, the little flip around speakers on the legs. Yeah, that was something I didn't discover until I did Twincast. And it's funny because I have both the Kingdom and the Legacy version of Blaster. I never noticed it. Never noticed it until I picked up Twincast. And
Wow.
I put my thumb right on the speaker and it flipped. I was like, wow, really?
That's great.
Yeah, they have them on eBay, Amazon too. Yeah. Because it's old tech now, Time Prophet. You know how the kids are. Come on now. I shouldn't have to explain this to you. Stuart Immonen Spider-Man art is definitely good.
Oh, yeah, man. He's super talented.
Right? A retro 8-track player. That's what they should do. That was the one thing I liked about Draculus, and they also did it with the Frankenstein. They made their boxes look like old VHS tapes. Because I got the Draculus and Trina got the Frankenstein one.
Oh, yeah.
The crossover with Transformers, yeah, and they made it look like old VHS cassette tapes.
Mm-hmm.
1,800 MP3s, holy shit!
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, you're an old school collector now, Time Prophet. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get into the second part of Blaster right here. Another one, they didn't make any mistakes. I could say that there was no mistakes made. They had a really good foundation and they didn't screw it up.
We now return to the Transformers.
And here we go with our trio of blasters with 2 ejects and a rewind. So let's check that out. Of course, this is the eject that came with the original blaster, the rewind, which is not but the blackened version of them. And then we have this paint job for the 86 blaster. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, what a difference a really nice paint job can actually make. This feels very much like the cartoon. This feels a lot more G1 than the other ones do. Like, I think that one looks absolutely terrific. And it's not to say that there's anything wrong with these clear plastic ones. I mean, they're okay. They are what they are. But I think this fully colored one just looks better. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that.
I'd say...
Here we go with eject and blaster in a bit of a pose. We got blaster's gun out, and the only thing difference between this and the other 2 versions is this gun is painted in gray instead of black. So far, so good.
All right, cover your receptors.
The pose right here with blaster in a full kneeling position, and of course, eject getting ready to duke it out with another Decepticon.
Let's hope so, because if I didn't, we're all gonna look like burnt-out toaster ovens.
And another pose with blaster and eject showing their posability and their ability to balance very well. Here we go with eject in his tape form, and of course, blaster in his boombox form. Overall, another one that was incredibly well done. They didn't have a lot to do with this one. They just had to make sure that the mold didn't degrade too badly and that they put it in some more G1 cartoon 86 movie colors, and I think that they nailed it with this one. This is absolutely perfect. If you're looking for your definitive cartoon version of Blaster, this 86 Studio Series version of him is absolutely the way to go. No complaints on this one. Another one that hits the perfect score. This is a 10 out of 10.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
Yeah, I have the one that was in the middle while you're doing the review, the first release of them.
The Legacy.
Yeah, right. That blaster is beautiful, and like I said, that mold is fantastic. So all 3 of them are pretty damn epic. I'll agree, man, that the paint job on the cassette, dude,
on
eject, man, wow, that newest release, that's beautiful.
I thought it was fantastic. Like when I pulled it out of the box, I'm figuring, it's going to be a slight paint change. And when I pulled him out, I was like, okay, yeah, now they got my attention. I love the paint job on that one. I wish that they would redo Rewind as well as like whether they release a Steel Jaw and was it a Ram Horn and then Rewind as a triple pack with his cassettes. So Blaster's going to have all his tapes. That would be great. It's part of the movie. They were all in the movie. Why not release them like a triple pack of the rest of his tapes? And they could do the same thing for freaking Soundwave, because they're going to do an 86 version of Soundwave in the Studio Series at some point. Yeah. And he's probably going to just come with Laserbeak. Release Ratbat, Ravage, and but then you have 2 tapes on his side, because then Frenzy. You have Frenzy. Well, they already did Frenzy and Rumble. So you'd have Ratbat. You would have
wait, those were
Ravage.
The 86 ones?
Yeah, they were released. They're
the
86. So you got Ratbat, you got Ravage, and then they could always release Buzzsaw as part of a triple pack. Since we never got a Buzzsaw.
Yeah, that'd be good. Now
that'd be the way to do it.
Now, are they doing a new Optimus and Megatron? Somewhere I heard that
they are doing the Optimus. That is confirmed, but I haven't seen any leaked photos. And from what I understand, though, it is a complete redesign. So we are not getting another Earthrise or.
And he's going to be bigger too, right?
Yes. So he's going to be at a bigger price point too. Unfortunately, he's going to move up into the Commander class. I think they said.
Wait, won't he be too big then and out of scale?
From what I understand, they're going to make him huge. I don't know. I mean, but then again, they did Ultra Magnus in leader class, so maybe they'll be able to keep him in the leader class.
That Ultra Magnus is beautiful, by the way, and I think the scaling is great on him. But Optimus should not be the same size as him. Like, it sounds like they're going with an MP size, you know?
I think they're making the trailer really big, is from what it sounds like.
Okay. But they are redesigning and it's going to be a brand new mold altogether.
Right. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. It's going to be a brand new mold. So
interesting. We'll see.
Chaos Hoy gives it a 10 pigs and toes out of 10, 700 dragons, 500 goats, and 5 chickens. Holy shit.
That's a lot. By the way, I did transform that Wheeljack. Yeah, I found him thanks. Yeah, Tommy's like, you definitely get him if you could, and I'm happy. I found him at a Target I don't normally go to at all, and I ended up picking him up. I'm happy I did. This thing is beautiful.
Like I was telling you before, it looked great, and I have the Bumblebee Origin one in the back.
Yeah,
so that one was pretty good.
Out. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a good review when you do them.
Yeah, I'm going to full stop animation with that. You're going to do the regular review. I'll do the stop animation stuff. So it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, should be good.
Chris wants to know what no mention the first Transformer cassette mixtape. Pronouns are Max L Kodak.
Oh shit!
Adding 10 cows onto it too. Son of a bitch.
I think the one Chris is talking about might have been released through IDW.
I'll put Lizzo for free.
Time Profit is giving it 1 Jason Momoa and 2 Bill Bixby's. Not bad.
Okay. Not bad. I don't understand these rating systems, but okay.
I'll tell you what, the trading is getting out of control here on Collectable Past. We've got a whole new format.
Yeah.
But I got 2 more sitting and waiting in the wings, Vinny. Back to you.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, this is the other one that I had for tonight. And since I did bring up, Bobby Vala before, here is, I think I'm done with their kind of female line now. If I'm able to find anything else like the male figures, because again, those things sell out so quickly. There's a couple of them I'm looking at, but I gotta wait.
Did you ever see any of the Amazon ones that he does?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I've seen a few guys talk about, like, he's got like an Amazonian type line that's almost like, Conan Barbarian-ish, or maybe even Greek, like woman warriors and stuff like that. Like, really fantastic looking figures.
Oh, I know. I haven't seen those yet. I thought it was just these and the other one he did for that the guy from Power Rangers. The guy did a movie before he offed himself, and he did 2. I guess the good guy and the bad guy versions of whoever he played in this movie that I don't even think is released yet. But other than that, yeah, I didn't know that he had other lines of figures. But this one's pretty damn cool. So here's the Valaverse Warpath Eclipse. So this is a special edition of this character Eclipse, and she's got her war paint on. She comes with a lot of accessories.
Very Zartan-esque.
Yeah, I'd say that. Really cool though. It kind of reminds me of like Native American, the paint job and the eyes and stuff. Like, I dig it. I think they did a really, really good job with this. Yeah, the packaging is really cool with it too, and again, you got like the feathers and stuff. And yeah, I really enjoyed what they did design wise. She does have her towel head version. I guess because she's overseas doing the missions or whatever, you gotta blend in. I don't know, but yeah, packaging is pretty neat. I do like it. They even give you the kind of 3D rendered head sculpt thing there. So yeah, there's some of the info on the character. If you want to read that, you hit pause and all that. But I really dig the design. Now the body is the same exact mold as the previous 2 figures I reviewed, Gemini and Pandora. And it's just they molded different plastic, or the color rather, and different paint applications. But for being, again, the same exact freaking mold, the variations that they did, they work. They look awesome together. And it doesn't bother me. Normally, I'd be really pissed. It's the same exact freaking figure, you know, with different heads or accessories. But I'm okay with it and what they did here. Yeah, he's saving money, but the extra money that he's putting into other parts of the designs and the paint jobs and stuff, really cool. Like the tattoo down her arm is fantastic. She has another tattoo once. I'll show you guys once I take off like that vest part. She has on her trap another series of tattoos, which I was surprised by. No clue that they that he had done that. The scarf, I believe this one's new because this connects all the way around. And on the previous figures, I believe it was just like a clip-on. Well, they kind of mold it where you could just open it up and then put it around the neck. But this one, you literally have to rip the head off in order to put it on or off. But still, it's cool. I like what they did. That armored vest piece looks really cool how they did that. It does limit some articulation, but once you do take it off, she does have the diaphragm joint as well, which is really nice. Like I said, man, like the design, the texture, everything is really, really cool on this thing. So kudos to them and the original people who sculpted that. I like that spine design that's going down the vest in the back. Like they really did a cool job. So I took off the scarf so we could see better articulation. Well, when you get to that part, but
she really just looks like she's Zartan to me, because even her hair is the color of Zartan's hood, kind of, right? Is it the same like burgundy maroon type?
Oh, her hair?
Yeah, I'm saying like
kind of. Yes,
her hair plus the eye paint, the makeup.
Well,
you know?
the first release of this figure, she looks completely different. Totally, she doesn't have that paint job or anything. So like doing a version like this, I was fine with that. I don't mind if he kind of tried to borrow from that a bit.
No, I'm saying she looks cool. I'm just saying like
it's badass.
Zartan really gives me Zartan vibes looking at this. Figure.
I dig it. Again, I think that he's been doing a great job. The drop down hips as well. Upper thigh rotation. Plenty of movement in these things, you know. She did not really need butterfly joints, so they didn't put it. Again, it's kind of it was pretty unnecessary because the design itself, it works. It's strong enough. You don't want to really break up that sculpt. And all the joints are very solid. The figure, it feels like a premium kind of figure. It's not like a cheap. Again, because sometimes Marvel Legends feels really cheap. This isn't. This is really good. And yeah, I like that extra design that they put with the tattoos up there. I think it looks great. You know, and you don't have to make her super busty either. It's fine because they're military characters. Plus, with the other vests and the other stuff that you could put on and swap between characters, it looks like they have a bigger chest when you put the other crap on them. So I think it all works. It balances out. Like I said, range of motion is pretty damn fantastic on this thing. So good stuff there. But like I said, it is the same mold. You can see the forearms as well, the wraps around the hands, all that shit. And here's to show you. But I thought it's enough. Like he didn't have to go crazy doing a totally new sculpt. It still works. You have enough accessories where once you put the other stuff on them, they look like three completely different characters. So no problem there. And for the line that he's been doing, because I know he's been trying to cut some corners because he made a vehicle recently, and he's trying to make sure like all the prices are more affordable. And he's the first company that actually lowered prices. He knocked off like $2 to $3 on certain items.
I want to correct myself real quick, Vinnie. I thought it was Valaverse that did the ones with the female warriors. No, it's a different company.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was them, and it's somebody else. No Chris Fisk says she has a diaphragm accessory. How presumptuous of her.
Well, no, the articulation there. But and a lot of the weapons are reuse as well, and they just molded them and painted them in different colors, which it's fine. It is accurate too to actual military weapons. I know he's got a friend that's in the Army, and he's invited to the base, and they let them take photos of everything and measurements of all the weapons. So that was really cool too when I found that out. And she comes with, again, a bunch of different, like the banana clips or whatever, and I think she comes in total, I think 6 or 7 different clips, but well, the same clip, but a bunch of them. So if you want them scattered around her feet, you could do stuff like that. The hands, I only showed one set of them, but if you see a closed fist, an open hand, whatever, there's a left and a right for both of them. So she comes with like what is that, 8 hands in total. She comes with that head piece, which is, I show it once on here, but that's not that's not how I'm going to display it. The yelling face is cool. Didn't know they were going to be tossing this one in. So yeah, really cool stuff. And I've had her for a little while. I haven't had a chance to do a review. Back around the time I got the Pandora figure, I picked her up. So but yeah, and the paint job too, that they did like the little bit of like kind of scratch work with the silver paint and whatnot. Like it looks really good. And yeah, here are the other clips that, the pouches for them. So there you go. But yeah, she's definitely a solid figure. There she is with her.
Yeah, Lurch wanted to know if she came with a pull string.
No. But yeah, I thought they did a damn nice job on this.
Oh Jesus, Time Prophet.
No, she's not that type of character. Not that I'm aware of.
Well, you never know.
Yeah. There you go. That's more like the crazy kind
Don't
of
want to know.
Native American look there. She ready to go slice them. Or Puerto Rican. You could say she's Puerto Rican from New York. She's going to go stab someone. No? All right.
Yeah.
My God.
Come on, slash your nose. You ever dated a Puerto Rican chick in New York? They get very stabby. He walked away.
He's like, yeah, no,
he's like, nope, you're on your own, buddy.
He's like, yeah,
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm eating a cookie. My bad.
It's okay. I'm going to give one to myself.
Not okay.
Yeah, and Time Prophet, not entirely wrong. Very Prince of Persia.
What was there a question, Vinny? I'm sorry.
No, I was saying, I said she has like that, I said she was having like her Native American kind of look, or she's going to the warpath, or I said, or a New York Puerto Rican girlfriend, all stabby and yelling and angry. But anyway, so there is that figure again. She's really cool. I know a lot of the female figures sell out very quickly. Yeah, she got a damn solid score on 9 out of 10. I was almost going to give her a 9.5, but again, slight things I would tweak, my own personal stuff. That's the only reason why it's not 10 out of 10 or or 9.5. But I say for your average kind of collector and stuff too, or if you like G.I. Joe type of things, she would look fantastic in your collection. They're in the same exact scale as the G.I. Joe Classified. So hell yeah, jump on this if you get a chance. I believe she's still available off the Valaverse site. And I want to say about a month ago, he had a massive sale. Oh, well, when the eclipse happened, because that's her name. She's Eclipse. He had a special deal and a special sale during that event. So if you did buy any of their figures, you'd get something that was related to this character, or you'd get, like they'd knock like $5 or $10 off of certain items. Like he really did some cool stuff again for the fans. So you don't really see companies doing that. So big props to him. And yeah, this is definitely a solid release, an awesome figure. So there you go. So I kind of have my Charlie's Angels of Valaverse figures now.
Very nice. And what did he have? What did you say the price points were on these?
She was around 30 or 31, somewhere around there. Which it's not bad considering you can't find these. They're not ever going to be in stores right now. You could only get them off of his site or Big Bad Toy Store, and sometimes I think Big Bad Toy Store, they might have it a little bit cheaper. I'll double check now for you guys.
Two Brie Larsons and a cheesecake is what Time Prophet is offering.
Nice. Yeah, Valaverse stuff, it's about $30 off a Big Bad Toy Store. for his figures, and he does have good ones. He's got a couple of like versions of certain characters, you know, or slight kind of knockoffs of them. And if you are looking for that other one I showed, the Gemini figure, she had the Asian head. That one I would, if you are looking for her, get her off a Big Bad Toy Store because she sold out on Valaverse's website. So if you are looking for them, there you go.
Look at that, Papa. And you had a break. You gave your liver a break for a little bit. Chaos Hoy is giving 9 pigs, 9 toes, 9 dragons, 9 goats, 9 out of 10.
Awesome.
I love how we have our own trading system here at the Collective. Who else has this kind of trading set up? Nobody.
Nobody. Who's gayer than Canyon? Nobody.
Poor Canyon.
Rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace, Canyon.
Yep.
Did they ever make? Yeah. So speaking of wrestling figures, did they ever make a fucking Mortis action figure? Because Mortis, that costume was fucking awesome. I thought that was one of the best looks a wrestler ever had.
I don't think they ever did.
I don't know.
I don't think they did.
Oh, by the way, here is the other version of Eclipse. So this was the first version that they released of her.
Mortis was way cooler looking than Glacier.
Oh, big time.
You ain't lying.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys are curious, this was her other look. So the Warpath one I think is way better.
Yeah, the paint applications look a lot better on it. This looks very like generic almost.
Yep.
Almost looks like Michael Jackson, ready to go scuba diving.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that one that he had? The outer space movie, Moonwalker.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one that they made video games on.
Yeah.
Remember they had the Genesis video game?
Chris wants to know who runs Bartertown. I run Bartertown. Pig shit runneth Bartertown, Chris. You should know this by now. Oh, Glacier, cornfedwish.com Sub-Zero. Captain EO. Holy shit. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump into the next one. I hope your liver got a break, Papa. This is going to be another 2-parter. This is getting down to the last figure before Jumper's final pick for his retirement. So, Transformers related, Papa. I hope that shot glass didn't get dirty sitting down for too long. Here we go.
We are hanging out with Jumper. Oh, Jumper. Oh, Jumper's retirement party. The last of the Transformers videos for Jumper. Right, Jumper? Oh, Jumper leading us in. Well, here we go. Only one of 2 left. This is it. The last 2 where Cliff Jumper will be introducing us in the beginning. Here we go. Retirement party for Cliff Jumper. We've got Transformers Studio Series 86 Transformers, the movie, and we have Junk Heap.
Stop thief. No, welcome, Wagonello, stranger, with that good coffee flavour for you.
Here we go, right out of the box with Junk Heap. Now, from what I've seen with most of the Junkions that they've released in this Voyager class, most of them seem like there's a lot of reuse of body parts on them. So the waist section down here, the thighs, even the lower legs and the feet and everything, like all the spikes and everything, they're reused. I think most of the lower half of the arms are reuse as well. I think the only place it gets different is once you get into the shoulder up here, that's different. The top of the chest is different. Even the centerpiece right here as part of this waist looks like it's the same on all of them. Of course, the head sculpt is different. And most of the stuff that's on the back for the bike, I think, is a little bit different. But I guess we'll get into that once we get him transformed, then I know for sure. So let's get out the rest of his accessories and put him in some action poses.
It's not hard to knock them down. It's getting them to stay down that's the trick.
Go with Junk Heap in a little bit of an action pose, showing off some of that articulation, the bend at the knees, the turn at the thighs, of course the movement up in the hips that flares out and then turns all the way up. The saddlebags move to get out a little bit of the way as the thighs come up. Really good rock and a little bit of pivot down in the toes down there. Got a nice elbow bend right there. He does have the turn at the top of the bicep. Has hand movement, and he has decent shoulder movement and turn and a little bit of pivot up. He's got a decent rock on this head. You can look up quite a ways. It does have a pretty decent waist turn right there. And of course, built into the top of his forearm, he actually has these little guns built in right there. So while he may not come with a blaster, he does have a blaster built right into his frame.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Yeah, so
cool.
I really do like the Junkions, and I know a lot of us old collectors, we used to kind of like whine about that a little bit. Like we got Wreck-Gar, there was the 2 leader class figures that they released. So it was Wreck-Gar and it was Rodimus Prime. They were listed as like heroes or something like that. Never got any other Junkions at all with the G1. And it's kind of crazy because all the toys were based off the cartoon, which, was the other way around than the way they usually would do it. The toys, would influence the cartoon instead. But, this was the first time it was the other way around. And why they didn't make a few extra Junkions, it kind of miffed everybody. It wasn't until the 2000s that we seen our first extra Junkion, and I believe it was Junkheap right here. But this version of them looks so much better in the earlier release. I mean, this one is basically Wreck-Gar with a few extra parts added on. Like I was saying, the bottom of the hole from the middle of the waist down is exactly the same on Wreck-Gar, and most of the stuff with the forearms and the middle part up to the top of the bicep is all the same too. But really nice looking, I think, so far. Like I like these things, man. I really hope that they make more. I know they did some in Legacy and Legacy Evolution. Whether or not they're going to continue making Junkions in Legacy United, it still remains to be seen, but pretty interesting so far.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Now, as far as finding somebody in the cartoon that looked exactly like him, that was a little bit trickier. I didn't find anybody that had the exact look. I seen a few that were very close to it. So it might even been a frame I missed, but I didn't see anybody exactly like this toy, but very similar. So I'm going to get into the second half and show off the rest of this figure, and then we'll get thoughts about this one.
Okay.
You ready? Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go.
We now return to the Transformers.
Here we go with a bit of a running sequence right here with Junkheap, but I did manage somehow to get this guy to balance on one foot, and I gotta say, I find that truly amazing because this guy has quite a few loose joints in there. Not so sloppy that they just flop all over the place, but they are a little bit on the loose side, and I can only assume because it's a remold. Because they're basically reusing 90% of this mold from the Wreck-Gar figure, it degraded just a little bit. Here we go with Junkheap in his Junkion motorcycle form. I'm not overly impressed with this motorcycle. It is not horrendous looking, but there are a lot of things about this, the way everything ports together, especially in these side pieces. These kind of port onto a little tiny peg on his feet, and you can't really see the peg. It's so difficult. Yet there's a huge gap right here that just doesn't look very good. And the back end of the bike just looks very, I don't know, it just looks like it's lacking something.
Hi, George Chemo Sarbies, your smashed up friends, soon like brand new with 90-day warranty.
And in case you didn't notice, he's got the little spinning axe on there. Same one, I'm pretty sure, that comes with Wreck-Gar. And of course, he has the tires that port down into the bottom half of his legs. But overall, this is a decent looking figure. And because some of these joints are a little bit sloppier than I'd like them, even though this guy looks great, the best I could say is an 8 out of 10 for this. And it really is a shame because it looks phenomenal. It's got phenomenal movement, but the joints are just a little sloppy. And over time, like positioning this thing, transforming it, those joints are only going to get worse. So because of that reason and that reason only, this guy gets an 8 out of 10. If the joints weren't as sloppy as they are, this would easily have been a 9 out of 10. Oh, there goes Jumper, the master of the Transformers, getting his lettuce on in his home, relaxing, maxing, as we're getting ready for the last Transformer video that Jumper is taking part in. And we're going to be getting ready to hand it over to Helmet, aren't we, Jumper, as Jumper moves into retirement.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
It was neat.
I dug it. I mean, I thought it was interesting. And like I was saying, the joints are loose on it. They're not so loose that you can pick the figure up and flop the joints around. I will have a figure next week or maybe the week after. We'll see how things play out. But yeah, I picked up that Armada Universe Starscream and reviewed that thing. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you remember that short that caused all kinds of people to lose their mind.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's not the IDW version. That's the original version. Well, guess what? I got that figure. I did the full review, and some people are going to be very butthurt. But wow, wait till you see that review, Vinny. Okay.
Oh, wow.
We might have to make sure you put no monetization on because I believe that there's a few not so nice things that are maybe just a
couple. Holy shit, that's gonna be good.
Give it 5 Welsh leeks, a horseradish, and a partridge in a pear tree. Oh, jeez.
Oh, snap.
Hail Lord Cliffjumper. Yeah, dare to be stupid. And I had to be careful about that because they will hit me if I play too much of it. So I had to be very, very careful. So not overall nice looking figure, though. The fact that he was able to balance in a running position like that. And I had the other foot like all the way back, like full running position, and it balanced on one foot. I was actually shocked considering that the joints are not as tight as I would have liked to have seen on a brand new figure. But that was pretty shocking. I was like, wow. Like even the blaster couldn't balance on one foot quite as easy as that one did.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
I mean, I was able to get the twin cast, I think it was, balanced on one foot, but it wasn't easy, and I had to kind of prop him up against the wall a little bit. Yeah, this one foot, all on its own, no problem.
Nice. Very cool, man.
But going over some of the scenes with the Junkions, when I clipped it for this, I kind of see where they went with the Legacy and the Legacy Evolution figures because there are a whole bunch of different Junkions in the back scenes that some of them are very squat, some of them are very short and almost thin. So I kind of see where they went with some of these different size Junkions.
Because there was that one, was that motorcycle one that you could take them completely apart, pretty much.
Yep. Yeah, Crash Bar, I believe is the name of that one. Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah, he looked kind of neat. I almost got him, but yeah. And then next time I went, of course, he wasn't there. But he did look pretty cool. But like you said, though, like I'm like, why are they all different sizes? They should have all been similar sizes. But still all right, though. I thought it looked good.
It looks phenomenal. And plus, all those ones, if you have, and see, I'm missing a couple of the figures. I think I'm missing 2 figures. And if you have the 2 figures, they form into a big Gestalt.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they all pull apart. The pieces pull apart, and you put them into different places, and you make this big trash Junkion monster out of them.
Out of just the 2, not.
No. It's like 5 or 6 of them you got to use.
Oh no shit. Okay. Wow.
But the trash master, the big garbage truck, he's the center of it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I think I do remember now. We had
I think it's called Junkosaurus, if I'm not mistaken.
It might be. That's ringing some bells. I think I remember we looked it up. We might have looked it up after one of the streams.
I think we did.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
8 Ninja Turtles. 8 April O'Neils. Holy shit. That's high. That's a high trading number right there.
Yeah, it's a lot of April.
I'm looking forward to seeing what else they're going to do with the Junkions because I mean these ones they all sell fairly well. Like anytime I've gone out to the store and I've seen some of the Junkion figures, they usually don't sit on the pegs for very long.
No.
So I mean it would almost be retarded not to make more of these guys.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
But did you have anything else? Because I got one left.
No, you go for it.
All right. So this one is actually broken into 3 parts. This took a little while. This is however, Cliff Jumper's final farewell party video, and this is his pick. So I had to break this one into 3 parts for Cliff Jumper. He deserved at least that much. So we are going to get started with the first one, and here we go.
Guys, what's going on as we are hanging out with Cliff Jumper? Oh, Cliff Jumper, the master of the Transformers, Mr. Retirement Pig. This is his official last entry into videos as far as Transformers concerned as Cliff Jumper moves into retirement. Cliff Jumper, would you like to say anything to the people? He wants to thank you all for all your support and always being here for the videos and having a good time, because that's what it's all about, right, Cliff Jumper? Oh, yeah. But, guys, we're going to go ahead and look on the table and see what Cliff Jumper picked for his final Transformers video. Are you ready, Cliff Jumper? Are you ready?
More than meets the eye.
And with Cliff Jumper looking on part of his retirement party, right, Cliff Jumper? Oh, yeah, buddy. Looking on for his last Transformer video, Cliff Jumper has picked from Studio Series 86, the movie Transformers Wreck-Gar. This one is one that we've had in the back for quite some time. We've been meaning to get around to this review right here, and today, as this is officially Cliff Jumper's last video, this is the one that he picked. This is a good pick, Cliff Jumper, and I gotta say, this one is long overdue. Thank you for everything that you've done, Cliff Jumper, and everybody hopes that you enjoy your retirement. It is well earned, my friend. Anyway, let's get this one out of the box and take a look at it.
Got the no welcome wagon, hello stranger, with that good coffee flavour for you. Offer expires while you wait. Operators are standing by.
So here we go with Wreck-Gar right out of his box. I do say I do love the way that this one looks. There is something a little bit odd, and it's in the face and it's part of his little beard thing. It almost looks like it wasn't ported in correctly because there's a little bit of gap in the top of the chin. But otherwise, like, all the detailing that they got on this one with the big, long, almost handlebar mustaches coming off his little top pieces on the top of his head that look like antennas, all the spikes coming off of him, this looks really sharp. The legs are a little bit on the loose side, so is the waist, but like the knees and everything feel pretty tight, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to get out some more of his accessories and put him in some action poses.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Yeah, I got this guy too.
That didn't feel like a 3-minute clip. That went really quick.
Yeah. I always liked the character as a kid. That's why I had gotten him. I think he's the only Junkion I do have.
It's pretty cool though. I bet you could see, since I did Junkie first, you could see that whole bottom half of the body exactly the same.
Oh yeah.
There was no change in there, and it was kind of funny. Because I did Junkie first, and then Jumper had made he knows that the box that he wanted for the final one, and then it was Wreck-Gar, which was hilarious since I had Junkie up to be filmed as well. There's also, and it's going to be in the coming weeks, I originally was putting a video together for that, but didn't have enough time to upload it. My apologies for that. But I will be doing Scrap Heap as well. So I do have the other Voyager class Junkion that came out.
Oh, cool.
And I will be getting to him. And there is a slight change in the waist on him, but a lot of the bottom half of the legs are very similar, like the waist and the thighs and stuff like that. A lot of reuse again on molding that they did with these. I'm okay with that. They're Junkions. They all come from the same planet. They're all made from scrap and everything. So I don't mind that so much. The only thing is, like with the Wreck-Gar one, I bought him when they first came out, and the fact that the leg was just a little bit loose like it was on Junkie, it's just kind of like, okay, this was a problem with the mold. This wasn't degradation. This was a problem with the original way they made the mold.
Yeah. Yeah, that tends to happen with them. You'd think they would correct things.
You would think. You would think. I mean, maybe if they go back to the drawing board and start to re-release some of these, hey, what's going on? Memes of destruction in the house, man. Good, man.
No.
Doing okay. Hope you're well.
Yeah, man. Good seeing you.
Yeah, Rekgar is awesome, Lurch.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Chaos. I got a tribute for Cliff Jumper. Awesome. Thank you, Chaos. Appreciate it. What's up, Scrambles? Good to see you.
Hey, man.
Coming in just at the right time as we're throwing up the last video for Cliff Jumper.
Hell yeah.
But I enjoy the way this one looks. And like I said, the handlebar mustache and everything and the little beard and everything, you didn't see that on the original toy. And it was really cool that they had all that stuff included. The nice red eyes like he had in the cartoon. A lot of that I think was very well done.
Yeah, they nailed it. I really like that.
All right. Ready for the second part?
Absolutely, man.
All right, here we go.
We now return to the Transformers.
Forward, Avanti, and I go for the gospel.
Got him in a pose right here, showing off a whole bunch of that articulation. You can see the bend in the knees. He's got the rockers down at the feet. He's got a good amount of twist and turn up at the top of the thighs. Of course, the waist joint turns very well. I mean, a little bit on the loose side, but it's not so loose that it's sloppy. It's just a little bit looser than I would have liked it. He's got a good twist up there at the top of the bicep. Of course, the shoulder joints pivot up and they turn all the way around. Really good on that, and they're very tight. The elbow joints on this thing also extremely tight, and he does have a little bit of hand movement. The head is on a bit of a ball, so you do get a fair amount of movement in there, looking up and looking down. Doesn't really tilt side to side, though, so that is slightly a shame. And right here, the little cannons on his chest do actually port around and turn and move a little bit, so that's pretty cool as well. Also, you see what we got his tires on here. They go right over top of the spikes, and there's actually a little port on the end of each forearm where they snugly port into, and if you so wanted to, because they're separated, they do kind of spin a little bit on their own little axis.
Look behind door number 2, Monty. It's time to play End of the Line, my Valentine. So, Ronnie, do run, Ronnie, more.
We go with Rekgar in another pose, and as you can see, he's got that gear axe sitting in his other hand, showing off some more of that articulation and that movement in that figure. This one looks really nice, and of course, there is a little bit of movement on this, so you can actually get that spinning as well.
You check in, but you don't check out.
The saddlebags on the side of Rekgar can move up, and you can almost get him into a full kneeling position. It just misses. It is just not far enough down. It's almost like as the top of the thigh was just a little bit short on him. If it was just slightly longer, he would have been able to get into a full kneeling position. So close, Hasbro. Had to get a little help from the stand on this one. There was no way he was bouncing on a single foot. We'll go ahead and we got Rekgar right here running into battle.
Steady as she goes, Bob. Snoopy visitors get mud in the eye by and by. Film it in.
Of course, here we go with Rekgar in his Junkion motorcycle mode. The axe stores pretty neatly on the back. The transformation on this one is relatively simple, much like the original G1 toy. It's got a lot of the similar feels to it when you're transforming it, so it really isn't that bad.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Yeah, man. So there we go with that. Did you notice that about the cannons on the chest, Vinnie?
Did I notice what? Oh,
that the cannons on the chest move.
Oh, yeah. It was the first thing I noticed on that figure.
His gun nipples.
His gun nipples.
Well, I mean, if you so wanted to, you can give him the steroid nipples.
Yeah. I can't remember because
what would that be? Hypodermic needles. 2 giant hypodermic needles sticking out of his chest.
Yeah, I wonder if you could put the blast effects on there or not. I don't think I ever
tried.
tried.
That I didn't try to do. I don't know. Maybe. maybe.
Pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, the character was cool. The movie was fun, especially as a kid. That's one of the main reasons why I picked him up. But like I said, I don't have the other ones. I only have him. So yeah, it's cool you finally got to do this review.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I can't wait to get to the last one because that's the last one that at least I can get for now because I haven't seen any of the other ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been fairly impressed with these. I mean, a few misses here or there. I mean, but overall, still fairly solid. Because if these things still at least come out with a good 8 out of 10, I'm fairly happy with them. It's when you get a few of them that hit like 5 or less that I start getting really agitated. And
yeah.
The one I started mentioning earlier, he gets an extremely low score. Like I think I might even started tossing the thing across the table at some point in the review.
Oh shit.
Just being honest, you know, and I lose it because I don't like wasting my money on shit.
I know. I'm with you on that.
Luckily, that one in particular was a clearance, and it was marked way down, so it was like, you know, screw it. It was almost dollar store price at that point, you know, like a Dollar General or something, you know.
Yeah.
So it wasn't horrible, but yeah, the Rekgar one so far pretty impressed with it. I got one more clip for that one, so gonna go ahead and get into that now, and then we can get into any other open panel discussions that you guys have. Here we go.
We now return to the Transformers.
Oh, we've grown all we've mini bone. Oh, we've grown all we've mini bone.
Overall, I got to say this is a very nice figure, and this was an excellent pick for Jumper to go out on his retirement. There are a few misses on this one that, like I said, there's a little bit sloppy in the waist, and the one leg is just a little bit on the looser side. I wish it was slightly tighter. And if you flex out the legs right there, the bottom half of the legs right at the thigh cut, it will pop off. I mean, it's easy to pop back on. I guess you could always say the Junkion lost a part and you had to pop it back on, but beyond those small gripes and, of course, the facial hair on his chin not being ported in, the rest of this thing looks pretty spectacular. It's got plenty of articulation on this thing. The only thing I wish it would have came with his gun as well. It's kind of a shame he didn't come with that, but he does have the axe. You've seen that in the movie, so, I mean, I guess it's good enough. The tire is not only poured up on the forearms, of course, they poured down on the legs just like the original toy did. And it looks very good. Very nice looking figure overall. Now, because there are a few misses, I can't give this one the highest praise ever. But I will say, overall, looking like Rekgar from the 86 movie with the articulation in it, I got to say that this one for me is still a 9 out of 10. I think this one was very well done, and I am very pleased to have this in my collection.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
And as we end this one, we say goodbye to Jumper as far as introducing these Transformers toys. Jumper has put in a lot of time and is now an end of an era as he moves into retirement, a well-deserved retirement. But here we go with all our Junkions, giving Cliff Jumper a wave goodbye and thank you for your service. Guys, thanks for being here and being part of this, and be sure to wish Jumper the best on his retirement.
TV. We talk TV. You talk some TV.
Anyway, guys, thank you for being here with us. And Cliff Jumper wants to thank you as well. And we hope that you have a good one. Right, Cliff Jumper? Take care, y'all. To all our one.
Have a nice day, and please hold some of it for striking, friends. Reap it for Ruthie, so say the Junkion.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
A bunch of mighty salutes to Cliff Jumper.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah,
Cliff
man.
Jumper is put in. Like I couldn't believe when I was going back over all the time and all the videos that pig is taking part of. It's pretty spectacular.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, perky chest cannons. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, like the fembots, Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh shit.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And I know Cliff Jumper appreciates
Have a
it
good
too.
one, Jumper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
he is just going to be maxing and relaxing from now on and getting all the best of treats like he's been getting. Of course, you know.
As he should.
Well, they asked about his retirement plan. His retirement plan is extra carrots and lettuce beyond all the other pigs in the cages. So
that's great.
Yeah, so dug out all the Junkions there for that final salute for him too. So you know, even though they're a lot smaller, they look good together. All of them.
Yeah,
so.
I think so. That group shot was fantastic.
He is the master of the Transformers. Always will be such. But Helmet stepping in because Helmet's a little younger and he's more spry than Jumper. Just makes sense. I mean, he is the sci-fi pig after all, so it isn't that far of a leap, I guess.
Okay, yeah, I think so. That's fine. It works.
Hey, I wanted to get another pig and have a Transformer named for Jumper to train, but the wife said not right now.
Yeah, she's like, I gotta get more tattoos.
Yeah, I'm right.
Look at it this way. It's time. It's time. It's Helmet's time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Plus, you can pull out plenty of the Spaceball reference stuff.
Right. All hail Lord Helmet.
Right. Did you see me playing with my toys? No, sir. I didn't see you playing with your figures.
I didn't see anything.
I didn't see you playing with your dolls again, sir.
Yeah.
But a bunch of those figures are ones that I've had in the back and I've been meaning to get to for a while too. So yeah, it's just poetic that Jumper picks a much older one to dig out and review for the last one.
Yeah.
So
that was great.
So that is all I have, Vinny. There were so many other things I want to talk about. So I will mention that real briefly. So I did have a short video prepared, but I didn't have time to upload it. So I was going to talk about what's going to be coming up. Scrap Heap I already mentioned, which is the last Junkion Voyager figure. That will be coming up. That video is actually already shot. It's already ready to go. I also have the Voltron 40th anniversary Black Line that I did a full review on. Not bad looking. It's not bad looking. There are a few misses on that one, which I was a little disappointed on, but it wasn't so disappointing that I wouldn't recommend somebody get it, especially for $30 for the Black Line, which is the biggest one. And I will tell you what, they say 16 inches for that Voltron figure. I was doing the measurements of the damn Black Line by itself, and I'm telling you now, that Voltron together is going to be larger than 16 inches. There's no way that the black lines are less than a leg is less than 7 inches.
Oh, wow. Holy crap.
Yeah, I was measuring it up and looking at it. I'm like, yeah, there's no way. This thing is going to be well over 16 inches. It's going to be probably at least an 18 or 19 inch tall Voltron at the very least.
And the other cats are how much each?
20.
That's not bad.
No, it's not.
Did they have sound features too, or is it just the black?
I think only the black one has the sound features.
Yeah, but they look good, man. I've seen a couple reviews and stuff too, man. That whole setup is nice.
Yeah, I'll get into why I think there's a few misses on it, and it has to do with leg articulation. But when I get to that review, you'll understand why. I'm pretty sure you're going to agree with my assessment on it. Because look, I mean, the thing is great. I mean, Playmates did a really good job capturing the look of that black line. When I showed off, you'll see it. But there was a few things they could have did better, and they should have. And it wouldn't have really cost them anything more. They were just. It was just a little touch of laziness on their part, which is a shame, because they're doing a good job with the turtle stuff, bringing all the classics back out and making them look good again. And
what's the question? Is it just a straight up re-release, or did they up it?
The Voltron?
Yeah.
From what I understand, it's supposed to be an older figure that's just re-released.
Okay.
I don't recall seeing this one myself, but I was looking around, and that's what a lot of people said, that this is just a re-release of an earlier mold. Okay. So there should have been no reason why they couldn't have updated it.
Yeah. I hear you.
You're like a 6 foot tall Godzilla figure.
Holy crap.
A cliff jumper works with helmet partly in one video.
A 6 foot Godzilla is a small Godzilla. Just saying.
But for your toy collection, it's fantastic.
Well, I mean, I got a mannequin that could be 6'4", but again, it still looks pretty cool sitting next to me. I'm just saying, for a Godzilla, 6 foot, that's big, but that's tiny for Godzilla.
Also true, yeah. You're not wrong.
Like Godzilla size.
A Ghidorah sleeve? Holy shit. That's pretty cool. He wants a 20 foot tall G1 Unicron for scale with standard figures. It would have to be much bigger than 20 foot tall, wouldn't it? For those figures? Like, I don't even think 20 foot would be big enough because he was the size of freaking Cybertron.
Shit. Yeah. Well, the one that they did release, I mean, that thing was freaking impressive.
That was over 3.5 feet tall, I think.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Cast. Say thank you. Appreciate that.
I think the closest you would get was like the core figures that would kind of work with him.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting a lot closer there.
Yeah.
I heard somebody did a mech suit memes. I want to say it was in Japan. They did some kind of mech suit, like full scale.
Yeah, we see some crazy stuff. I know we've shown a couple of things on Friday streams every now and then, but yeah, I do remember seeing something of like a really big mech suit, like working pistons and shit. And yeah, it looked impressive.
I just seen that. I'm sorry, Slasher.
Okay.
I just seen it now.
So I went to the local place where me and you went when you were up here, Tommy. First time in like freaking years. And I just wanted to look around. I was mostly looking for comics, but they have toys too. Mm-hmm. So there's a box at the back of the store with these motherfuckers in them.
Oh shit.
Nice.
$10 each.
Big John Stud.
Yeah. Big John Stud.
But like other than the paint on like, the paint on his pants, that's not scuffed up.
Yeah.
They had a box full of them, and most of the ones that they had in the box I already have, so I wasn't gonna bother with that.
Yeah.
And
that's cool.
I picked up Corporal Kirshner.
Oh man.
Because I never had either of these guys as a kid, and I lost a couple of these.
You do now, bro?
In a great attic accident.
Yep.
And I don't know. They had Roddy Piper. I was gonna go back and get him, but I went back the next day. It sounds like magically all the fucking figures were gone, except like there was like 2 Hillbilly Jims left. And I already have Hillbilly Jim.
Damn.
Yeah, somebody probably came to buy them all so they could sell them on some online service.
I think the exact same thing. Yeah.
Probably.
But the Piper didn't have the kilt. But that's understandable because these accessories, like, if you could find one with an accessory, you're going to be paying a lot more.
Oh yeah.
Like I have a hacksaw from back from when I was a kid. He don't have the 2x4 anymore. Hulk Hogan don't have the belt anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Junkyard Dog don't have the dog collar anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
See, we got most of those.
Right.
What happened, Adam?
Oh, I said, but you still got all the figures, just not the accessories, right?
Yeah, no, but Hillbilly Jim, I still have his hat, and Terry Funk, I still have his hat.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
The Funk, yeah, baby.
But I don't have Terry Funk's branding on it. He came with a branding on it.
The branding iron. I got you.
Yeah, that's right. He did.
Most of it's got to be an acrylic, or else it'll wear off if it's anything else. most of the paints on figures. There's some kind of like acrylic. They got to have that coating on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we still have a bunch of those in the back. Some of them we still have all the accessories, like the Roddy Piper one. We still got his freaking
But you
kilt.
still got the kilt?
Yeah.
Do you have Junkyard Dog with the chain?
We have
and the
Junkyard
collar?
Dog with the chain. We've got Jake the Snake
Tommy's got
Roberts
all
with
With
the
the snake?
with
Yeah,
the bendable snake.
I lost Jake the Snake in the
Nikolai
tragic-
Volkov with his Russian
Yeah, I have
hat.
Nikolai Volkov with no hat.
Hell yeah.
I have him with no hat.
Iron Sheik, I think, came with a belt as well.
No,
I
he
think
came with nothing.
I thought he came with a belt.
There was when they started putting out the tag team packs, when they made every single tag team came with a set of tag team belts.
Yeah, I remember Demolition came with the belts.
No, they only made one Demolition figure. They never
I
made.
thought they did too.
They never made Smash. They never ever made Smash.
Oh, I
which
thought
was
they
so
did for some dumb
stupid.
reason.
Wow.
No, they never did.
I
They
think
did them
you
the
like-
Hasbro ones. The Hasbro ones. The
I think
smaller ones.
Iron Sheik, he came with a note that says F Hogan.
he came with a crack rock.
A crack
Said I
rock.
should have broke your leg and took the money and went back to AWA.
Yeah.
Well, I know in all the extra parts we have back there, I couldn't remember which figures they went to. There's like a handful of belts. And I know Hogan came with one. Macho Man
And all
came
the
with
tag
one.
teams came with one. They never made anyone with the Intercontinental belt. But all the tag teams came with brown strap belts, and I think the plates were silver. But they just looked like repaints of the Hogan belt.
They were so generic.
Yeah, but it's still fucking
Oh, back then, dude, it was the bee's knees.
Yeah.
Right, Chris? Yeah. The boots.
No, nothing was worse. None of those figures were worse than. All right, I didn't even know they made this one until like I said, going back to when I started looking at shit on eBay, because they made the. Do you know this, right, Tommy? When they made the black card ones,
Yeah.
I think they were only put out in Canada. I think. They have the Ravishing Rick Rude one. That is the worst one because his hands are posed on his hips, like in front of like he's holding his pants up.
Oh, that's terrible.
Of all the poses that Rude did, too, right?
Wait, hang on. I want to find a picture of this shit.
That's funny.
It probably was Canadian exclusive. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I remember we did have a bunch of them. We didn't have all of them, but I remember some of the ones I wasn't really too thrilled with was like some of the managers. Like they had the Jimmy Hart with the freaking megaphone in his hand. It just I don't know.
I don't know. I like the
thought
Jimmy. I have the Jimmy Hart one.
I just thought it was
right?
so easily breakable. The megaphone, the way it was on his outstretched hand, that rubber would just break
Well, it's
real
attached
easy.
to his hand.
Yeah.
Here is the Rick Rude one. Look at this stupid fucking pose.
It's got his face is more like TJ Magnum.
he looks like he's holding up his pants.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Oh, that's hilarious.
What the hell were they thinking?
What the, right?
Well, Canada,
Well, you're wrestling. All he could do is shoulder blocks.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
I
at least
guess because Hogan had his hands up, he would be easily to be being body slammed, I guess.
Oh, Chris.
He looks like he got to take a shit, too.
What happened?
Oh, Chris.
Oh, Jesus. Why did you go there?
With or without Vaseline, Chris?
Oh, man.
It's
not okay.
Fitting. That was just bad phrasing after that one. Now those things are always pretty cool though. I mean, they those things were built to freaking last though. I'll tell you that, man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm pretty sure you could still use one of those to beat an intruder out of your house.
Yep.
Beat him to death, man. You wouldn't have to worry about it. What happened? I just flung Rick Rude at him, and well, in that position, I'm sure he has been in someone's. So yeah.
And now they're dead.
Well, it's just like even the rings were made to last. Like we have the ring in the back and with all the posts and the turnbuckles and everything. The only thing we don't have is the ropes anymore because they were made out of like like almost like an elastic material.
I'm missing the ropes and the turnbuckles, and that's because the fucking goddamn squirrels got in my attic and started chewing away at the turnbuckles.
You know who has them all? Apparently, I think it was Etep says he has all of it with the original ropes and everything.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well, though, even if I would have held on to the ropes, because I just ended up getting rid of them because they were all fucking worn out. I had to like double them around the ring. They were so fucking worn out.
Oh, so you had 1970s ropes?
No, they were definitely well used. I beat the fuck out of that ring. I stood in it. I cracked it. I think I mentioned this to you, Tommy. When I was like, it was probably like less than a year before I owned it. Less than a year, and I wanted to test its strength, so I stood in the middle of it, and it cracked. But it's still, it didn't break. It's just cracked. Right. And I have 3 parts of the steel cage. I don't know where the fuck the 4th part went.
Did you ever have any of the thumb wrestlers too?
Yes.
We better not. Oh no, maybe we shouldn't say that around Chris because he's talking about finding the limping bastard that he shoved Rick Rude up. Yeah, we had a few of the thumb wrestlers too. They weren't too bad the way they were made too.
Did you ever have the stretchy one? Did you ever have any of the stretchy ones?
We did at some point.
Not the little bendy ones. The wire, not the little wire bendy ones. They made those.
Yeah, the ones that were like Stretch Armstrong kind of stretchy.
Yeah, I had a Roddy Piper one of him, and fucking he ripped open. Oh yeah, I was telling you this before. Why do we have these? It seems like I come back to the same conversation with these figures.
Well, I think it was a Five Below store. So like the old school thumb wrestler guys, right? They weren't very big. Well, they've got like 2-packs of little wrestler guys that are just all the same color, but their faces are different. So you can figure out one's Sheik and one's Nikolai,
Yeah, I still have some bootleg ones.
I'll have to take a picture. I got them for Nate. Like they're on his wall of stuff. And you guys have seen it. And if you've seen the videos where I record them, because it's what's behind it, but I'll get a picture of them. But like, yeah, they were like a couple bucks or whatever. So like he got a bunch of them and like for like a couple bucks, right? Like who cares? Like, but yeah, he just thought they were the coolest things because they kind of it reminded him of the thumb wrestlers. Only they're not really the thumb wrestler size. But yeah, it was. I remember the thumb wrestlers. Those were
yeah, they were awesome.
You want to see my thumb up a black guy's ass?
Oh shit!
See? Yep.
Yeah. See, this is like he's not even a real wrestler. This guy's one of the fucking bootleg ones. I'm fitting the fool that stick their thumb in my ass.
He's like an AEW character.
I thought it was Bobby Lashley after he got too close to one of Vince's backdoor endeavors.
He had one of his torpedoes hit him in the eye. Oh shit!
That Lurch says it's good to see you back.
Thank you, Lurch.
Oh yeah, man.
But anything else, Vinny?
No, I'm tapped out tonight.
Tapped out. I would have actually had more. My apologies to everybody watching again. CenturyLink, you still suck ass, and you will continue to suck ass until you're replaced by quantum fiber. May you rot in hell, you son of a bitches. This terrible internet. But I would have had a lot more prepared. I didn't have any toy hunts. I didn't have toy breaks. I didn't have the old school toy time. I didn't even have a trivia. I had nothing else that I was able to bring because of this freaking internet. It just, I would have had a slew of extra things to bring to the table. But yeah, this slowed down and it was taking good 45 minutes to upload some of these videos. Other ones were taking over an hour and a half for a 3-minute clip because of this damn company. Just drives me nuts. Blame Disney. Yeah, I'm sure they have something in there. They talk bad about us. Yeah, you know why? Because you suck. And I really hope that whatever the newest rumor is not true. I heard the newest rumor is Disney's trying to make inroads with Warner Brothers and Max so they could try to combine their streaming service. This is the kind of shit we were talking about a while ago, where they're all going to start trying to combine to make it like a one-stop platform for a whole bunch of different services. I really hope that doesn't
It's
happen.
going to be like Roger Rabbit World.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I know. Freaking pissed me. Not worth the time or effort. But that is pretty much all we have for this one, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this one. I hope that you had a lot of fun showing off some of these toys that we like. And unfortunately, there will be one that I don't like in the future weeks. I try to steer away from the really bad ones, but at the same token, I'm going to give an honest review on these figures. So if I run across something that's absolute trash, I'm going to say it's trash. I'm not one of those reviewers that's going to simp out for Hasbro or anybody else just because it's them. Nope, that doesn't happen. If they do it right, I will say they do it right. If they do it halfway right, whatever they've done wrong, I will point out what I think they've done wrong. And if you want to see all the finer details of some of the figures that I showed off tonight or that Vinnie has shown off, anything that we might have said that could have been fixed, or you check out our full videos on our channels. Be sure to subscribe to everybody's channel. It doesn't cost anything, and it sure as hell pisses YouTube off when I get more subscribers, because they absolutely hate my guts, and they got a problem with freaking guinea pigs, specious bastards. But we hope that you had fun, and I'm going to start handing off these guys. They were going to let you know what they got going on, or just give you their closing thoughts. So here we go.
Hey, Prime, what do you think Megatron's gonna do to Starscream?
Nothing gentle, I would say.
I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting at home recovering.
Well, I mean, closing thoughts. Anything.
Well, thanks for having me. This is a relief from where I was last week.
Well,
Nice.
We keep hoping you the best for your recovery. We've been spreading that around for everybody to send best wishes and thoughts, prayers. Well, whatever it is you do, whether you bake a cake and hope that somebody gets better, yeah, please do that. We hope nothing for the best for you, and it was a pleasure to have you back on here, even if it's just for tonight while you recover. And really do appreciate it, man.
Oh, I'm around. I'll be around.
Sweet.
I'll be around to recover, and not full strength, but strength in general.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, as long as it's moving in the right direction, that's all that matters at this moment.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll get there. We'll see if I get there. But yeah, always great chilling with you guys.
Awesome, thank you, Slasher, and
thank you.
We're gonna kick it on over.
Hey, I'm stuck! I can't transform! Ow! Thanks! I think.
That's right. Still no Vaseline. These sons of bitches, they just keep kicking the shit out of me. Yeah, man, it was a good stream. That was, I love seeing the Gen 1s with the Gen 2 paint jobs and all that. So thank you for doing that, Tommy. That was badass, bro.
Oh, every time, man. Every time.
Yeah, it's always fun here, man, sharing what, some of our collections and stuff, and, always fun. And I can't wait to show off the thing I shouldn't have bought, but I'm so glad I did. Probably next week is when it should be here. But yeah, and let's see. You'll catch me tomorrow on Vinnie's, but I'll let him talk about his stream. And then Monday night with E-Type of Cooling and Place to Be reviews at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time for Monday Nitro. We'll talk about wrestling, pop culture, and most of us will be there. So yeah, as always, man, always fun. And damn it, Chris, without Vaseline, always for you, Trina. But yeah, I'm glad, Slasher, you're home and here and was able to partake, man. Because
thank you, brother.
It was funny because I was texting you and I hadn't heard nothing. And I was like, damn, I didn't piss him off, damn I? And then I found out. I was like, okay, that explains it. But yeah, I
wasn't online while I was there. So.
Oh yeah, but I'm glad you're all right. And like Tommy let us know, you were under the weather, so just glad that you're back and back home.
Oh well, I'm still under the weather.
Yeah, but I'm just glad you're back home.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. And again, Tommy and Vinny, thanks for doing this, guys. It's always a lot of fun participating and doing this with you guys.
Absolutely.
No, thanks, Adam. I appreciate it. Now we're going to kick it on over to our other co-host.
It's me, Mario Kartitis. Oh no. Yeah, tomorrow, stay tuned at around 5. You'll find out that Mario actually took the AstraZeneca, and what's happening with that situation now. I don't know if you guys were aware of that, but yeah, we'll hit some spicy stuff again. I know it's been a second since we did that, but I do want to say, yeah, man, Slasher, it is awesome to have you back.
Thank you, man.
We've been sending prayers and good thoughts, and again, yeah, you're a friend. We love you here, and yeah, man, it's awesome that you've been on. We had some good laughs tonight, and showed off some really cool figures. The same with Adam, man. It's awesome being able to see some really cool stuff too. And again, showing off the things that put a smile on our face, in plastic form. So it's definitely a good thing. And everyone out there in the chats, everyone's been watching on both of our channels, over on X, good number of people over there, 70 people watching all together. So yeah, thank you so much for all that. And yeah, like I said, you can find me over on Vinnie Art. I got a bunch of awesome projects, great comic books. If you have not picked them up yet, please do. I should be starting another campaign pretty soon. I got to put together some stuff. But again, yeah, we have a bunch of great stuff here. So yeah, there we go. There's my pirate book, Shadow of the Kraken. If you haven't picked it up yet, please do. We have the new art book, Volume 3, of Vinnie Tarmella's art. And plenty of great stuff still. This weekend was kind of crazy. Again, I was, or this past weekend, I was doing a signing at 2 different store locations. One was like an hour and a half almost away from where I live. But I got to spend 2 days hanging out with my friend Ray Park. You guys know him as Darth Maul. That was fun while we were doing signings and stuff. And yeah, day 2 was... it was definitely a good thing. Yeah, it was much needed as well. Sold a couple of original pieces. So if you were looking for specific items, yeah, go over to the Volume 3 campaign, because there's still stuff that yeah, I've been selling a few more originals. So if you haven't looked at it, please jump on it. I think maybe one sale away from hitting 5K. So yeah, if you guys want to help out, please do. Here is, for those who did not see the photo, here's one
of a kind Vinnie art, by the way.
That's right, original artwork. But yeah, there I am with Ray Park, and that was really cool too, because the last time we saw each other was like 2 years ago, and yeah, he came into the room and he stopped everyone. He was, hold on, I need to go say hello to my mate Vinnie. Ran over, gave me like the bro hug. We chit chatted a little bit, and got some photos too, because again, people were waiting, so and he had to sign like basically like 3 tables worth of stuff before he did his signings, and yeah, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, and if he does happen to watch, or his son, big shout out to them. His son Rocco, I gave him a book as well, and they were both very happy about it, because Ray, he got a couple of things for me in the past, and he's like, Vinny, you don't have to do anything for me, don't worry about it, bro. And I'm like, yeah, but your son I don't think he's gotten this book. So I gave him one, and he lit up. He was super happy. So that was cool. Because yeah, I know his son is helping him out doing like the signings and stuff now. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. I'm a Sith Lord as well. But yeah, I get great guy. If you guys haven't had a chance to meet him and you see him, that he's doing a signing or a convention somewhere in your area or your neighborhood, go down there. He is fantastic with everyone. Really genuine person as well. So, yep, an Italian Sith Lord. That's right. It's a me, not the Vinny, son of a bitch. So there you go, guys. But yeah, good times. Like I said, good people. I think the setup in the second place was better than the first one, though. But yeah, overall, like I said, pretty good time. Awesome people. I don't think we got a photo at the second place, but again, that line we'd wrapped around the store. The other one was kind of set up in two different kind of parts, but yeah, the other store was pretty neat though.
Chaos. Vinnie was the one with the lucky shirt on because he was lucky to be standing next to Ray Park.
Yeah, or yeah, I guess I don't
know. Well, your shirt said lucky.
Yeah, it did. It did. I got a couple different ones. But yeah, yeah, for those who missed some of the setup too. And again, if you want to see if my damn mouse will work, thank you, mouse. But yeah, here's some of the other stuff. And he did sign the Darth Maul piece I had here, and yeah, I was gonna sell it, but now I'm not because it's
right. That's a personal keeper there.
It is, yeah, because yeah, and he put like the Sith rule on it and stuff too. It was awesome. But yeah, like I said, you can see some of the books and stuff that I had here for sale. Again, the hardcover for those who, if you haven't seen the books in person, tons of different stuff here. That Wolverine, I believe, is still available. I got to put that up on the website. I knew I forgot something. Sorry, I'm rambling. But yeah, guys, if you want to see some of my great stuff, or you catch me at a signing, I should be doing some more again soon. But yeah, this was just for the free comic book day and for May the 4th be with you, and the Revenge of the 5th. So that was pretty cool. Trying to see if did I take a photo of the signed one? I did. Yeah, there we go. So if you want to see that one up close, we could get a good shot there for you. And there we go. Yeah, so there it is. That was pretty cool. He almost didn't want it. He's like, like he was afraid he was going to smudge it or anything. No, dude, it's fine. But yeah, that was pretty cool. So yeah, there was the Darth Maul piece. So pretty damn cool. Yeah, Ray was he was pimping my Shadow of the Kraken book last time I saw him. So that was really cool. He had posted it over on social media and he was telling people about it. So that was really cool of him. Like he really didn't have to, but it was awesome that he did. So like I said, good folks out there. And yeah, that's what it should be about. Awesome people. Yeah, he was the setup from the other place. This just looks really good, and I'll show you. Because I was like right by the case that had all the statues and stuff. Like this is a freaking classy setup here.
Oh yeah.
There you go. I mean, it wasn't as much space, but that's all right. Because everything was just like all out there. I found out I had a couple other prints that were still I had not gotten rid of. Because for those who did back the original Through the Woods as a surprise, I did toss that in the initial. Like right after the first 60 days or whatever, I had a bunch of different prints and everyone got like a surprise print. It's something that, yeah, I didn't really, I wasn't advertising it. It's just something I did extra for the folks. So if you did get the original run, you should have gotten a nice, cool print. So, hell yeah.
Very nice.
That's awesome.
I see Liam coming in. Liam coming in at the end. What's up, Liam?
Nice, man. Good seeing you, bro. But yeah, man.
I love the Shadow of the Kraken piece though that you got behind you when you're sitting there. That's just I love it.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that was my brand new banner as well. I think this thing printed amazingly. So, yeah, that was really cool. And yeah, I did move a couple of these other pieces that yeah, I did sell something from my personal collection. I wasn't going to, but the people it went to are really, really good folks. And I was a husband and wife, and the wife has got 2 of my drawings tattooed on her. So it's like, oh yeah, man, these people are stand up and fantastic. So yeah, I was happy to give them a little bit of a break on something. But yeah, she has the Storm piece, the one that you see here on the table. She has that tattooed like huge from her like right above her knee all the way up to about her hip. And then she had the Dark Phoenix piece, and that's on her rib cage, on one side of her rib cage. Again, huge pieces, and yeah, they turned out amazing. So yeah, their tattooist did a killer job. So yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, tune in
I
tomorrow,
love your
5 p.m.
Wolverine
folks.
with Deadpool's head, and I just love that I've got the battle damaged one here in my background as well. Like your Wolverines
Oh
are
yeah.
so badass, dude.
Thanks, man.
Sorry, Tommy.
No, not a problem, guys. Thanks for being here. You have also been here with me, the most hated guinea pig on YouTube, and apparently a lot of other places like Twitwat, because 2 accounts banned already. Almost got the 3rd one banned too. They just love me over these places. Mostly because I speak the truth, and people hate the truth. They can't handle it. So, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not going to change my ways, but I am not going to be the pig of a different color for these weirdos. It's not going to happen. But right after Vinnie's stream tomorrow, about an hour after or so, it'd be around like 7:30 or so. We will be running Going Old School on my channel, bringing it back, for one night only. Not one night. It'll come back again at some point. But we're going to be talking about the original Mad Max, the Road Warrior, and of course Beyond Thunderdome. So we're going to be talking about the original Max movies and why, because it really just made me sick seeing all the retards cheering on for a Mad Max origin story that we already got. So we're going to get into discussion about that. Did we get everything we needed to find out about his origin? I think we did.
Yeah, I think that's something that I'm looking forward for that as well tomorrow to really get into it because I did rewatch the first one the other night while I was working, and tonight I think I should start the other one. Well, I did start it, but I was only a few minutes in, but yeah, I'm gonna watch at least the second one before the stream tomorrow, because those movies were so damn solid, and. All right. Well, yeah, we're going to get into it tomorrow.
Well, we're definitely going to get into it. And I think I think to a degree, I think those movies are underappreciated. And even the first one. I mean, I remember when I was younger, it was all about watching The Road Warrior, which now has been retitled Mad Max 2.
Yeah, I noticed that too when I was looking for it. I'm like, wait a minute. What happened? When did they do this?
Yeah, because even in the movie, they even say at the end, the feral kid who becomes the leader of his tribe, he says, "And the Road Warrior, the man we called Max." Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they didn't call him Max in the title. He was the title was the Road Warrior. So
right, exactly. And I'll say one thing: like the original movie, for as much as I did like it, the beginning was, to me, especially like the first couple times I saw it, it's jarring. Because it feels like it's kind of all over the place, and then it starts to kind of line up and make sense. And then when they focus more on Max 2, then it's okay. Like, this movie is really good. But I'd say in the beginning, it's jarring, but then that also goes to a topic that I know you asked a question, and we're going to be answering it tomorrow. But
right. There's another one that I haven't even talked about yet, and it actually is a connection point between Mad Max and Beyond Thunderdome.
Oh, okay. But yeah. That's right. And yeah, for anyone who is checking out the book, I colored the cover for Dino King, so go check it out. And don't be shy, Liam, in letting people know about my campaign. So I have 4 active campaigns, and everything goes out the door immediately. So jump on all that great stuff.
Awesome. Guys, thank you everyone that's been here. Thank you again to Slasher for jumping in for this. Even under the weather, my man is here to have a little bit of fun because these streams are all about fun.
Oh yeah,
absolutely, man.
And last shout out to my man Cliff Jumper, who's heading into piggy retirement. All the lettuce he can eat like a buffet, and well earned. And it sucks to be you, Helmet. You are going to be taking over a lot of table duties now, Pig. Guys, thank you for being here. We will see you next time. Be sure to stop in tomorrow when Vinnie has his stream at 5 p.m. Eastern, and then around 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we will be running on my channel with Going Old School, talking about the old Max movies. And then stop back for Vinnie on Sunday. And then Monday, stop in for ETEP with Kulian. Everybody's links are down in the description below. ETEP also does a horror show with our other normal co-host, Trina from Real Horror. He does a horror show with her on Tuesday nights, and the action and the fun just keeps going week after week as we just try to bring you some of the best entertainment we possibly can. So remember, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not think, because your science and compliance gives consent. And go ahead, Vinny.
Yeah, sorry. There was one other thing. Not tomorrow, but the following Friday. If you guys have not seen the movie Cooties yet, Cooties, it's on Tubi. Check it out. We're going to be reviewing that. It's a zombie movie with kids. It's hilarious. It's got some really crazy moments. We're going to be covering that movie. I know, Trina, she was excited. She wants to check that one out. She had started watching part of it and said, oh, shit, this is a lot better than she thought it was going to be. I'm like, yeah, the movie is underrated. It came out in 2014, I want to say. And you're going to see a lot of the connections between what happened in 2019, 2020.
So, guys, go on over to Tubi and watch some Cooties, but just don't get any.
Yeah, I know. I'm still trying to shake this head cold, whatever the fuck this is. But check that out. This movie was great, and I know because like Tommy said it too. He's not a fan of Elijah Wood. He's the star of it, but this movie is really good. They did a great job. Rainn Wilson's in it. There's a bunch of actors you're gonna notice and remember, especially if you've watched any of those TV shows, The Office and stuff like that. Rainn Wilson, he's one of the main characters as well. It's good. So check it out.
Awesome. Guys, thank you all for being here, and we hope that you have a good night. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Later, y'all.
You better run, Mojito.
You what? I thought you said don't move.
That was before. Now, you run.